Don't do that.
What?
Oh, Josh is
Oh,
already here.
that was fast.
Wow. All
What's
right,
up,
we're on
Josh?
YouTube. Josh is here.
You still in Palm Springs? Or are you home? Uh, should have stopped by the thing. We were probably still there. Unless you drove back past, I don't know, after 1 a.m.
All right, so I think since Josh is here, um we should plan on having Josh on next week.
Yeah.
Are you available next week, Josh? I don't know when or
What's next week? Let me think. I think next week,
Friday night?
I can't do Friday next week.
Why? What are you doing?
The Spivvies get together thing is Friday night.
What's that?
Friday, Saturday, 25th. We'll have to do Sunday night.
What's the Spivvies get together?
All the Spivvies are in California for like one time, so we're just hanging out. We're gonna have a barbecue at Rob's house. It's the first time in like I don't know 5 or 6 years because we used to do every year the Spivvies Christmas party where we all got together. It's probably been like 4 or 5 years because Ivan lives up in Northern California. Would Sunday night work?
Sunday night?
Because you can't do Saturday. Actually, Saturday is probably cool.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be like super duper late. I mean, we could do it earlier than 10, you know.
Well, let's see whatever works with Josh.
Yeah.
I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah, I can't do it like in the morning.
Wait, what's next week? Sunday's not going to work.
Sunday the 25th?
Yeah, we're going to be at that show.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. Well,
Can we have you on now?
it's true.
Why don't we just have you on now? Since you're here.
We'll work through. Yeah.
Wait.
Can't now.
I can't now. Also, we'd have to get a headphone splitter.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Why we can do that? We just have to have prep time.
Well, then let's plan for.
Let's see. I could do.
What about the 30th?
How about okay? Well, what about this? What about just like Monday night?
What do you mean?
What about like Monday the 19th? Like if we don't
What
do
do
it
you mean
super
Monday?
late.
That's tomorrow.
Or the 26th, the Monday after that day. And you know we could do a little bit earlier, like.
Why do we do it earlier on Monday? Oh, he's got residency.
On Monday. All right. What about
Tuesday? Can't do Tuesday because that's James Riley.
Oh yeah. Well, we could do it like after you get back.
Is he gonna be up that late?
I don't know.
That's at 7.
All right. Well, what about okay? Let's go the other direction. What about Thursday the 15th?
That's Thursday the 15th already happened. You don't even know what day it is.
What day is today? Oh, Thursday the 22nd.
Okay, Phil.
Thursday
First,
the 22nd.
you need to figure out what day it is.
I don't know
because
what
you're
day
driving
it
me
is.
crazy.
I don't know
You
what day
don't
things
even.
are.
Thursday the 15th.
Thursday the 22nd.
We're gonna go back in time. We're gonna get in the
Yeah,
DeLorean.
we're going back in time. Thursday, whatever this coming Thursday is. Could do that.
Okay. Well, can you do it on Thursday?
What do you think Thursday? Okay, we'll check on that.
Well, just start giving us dates, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, see what days, because you know, if we could start at like 8:30, 8:35. The kids are in bed by then, so I can do that.
This is really invigorating for people in the YouTube, and
it's good. That's behind the scenes. That's what they want.
it's us, and you not even knowing. Like, I'm the unemployed person. The fact that you don't even know what
I never know what day it is.
Yeah, when we're looking at a calendar,
backwards.
like you can't even figure out that the 15th already happened.
Yeah, it's tough. See, I don't need to.
I don't know.
What do I have to know the date for?
Because you do things.
People are around me to tell me what day it is.
You're.
Anyway, find out one of those days sometime within the next week. And We'll do it.
Do you know what date you're going to Disney
I
World?
do, yes.
What date? So you know that.
Yeah, we're going the 31st to Disney World.
Of January?
Yeah.
I thought you said you weren't going until February.
No, we leave on the 31st. We leave there.
Wow, that's like next week.
So, somewhere in there we should record.
Should record on Friday.
Well, I can't do Friday.
What about? I thought you were leaving. That was the 23rd.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the 30th.
Oh, well, yeah.
You are like so freaking whatever. I'm not even gonna. Why are we even planning anything? Because you're not even gonna remember anything
tired.
that I
Do you
tell you.
realize how much sleep I've had?
I told you you're the one that made us stay super late.
I know.
You said you would. I'm the one. You got to be up. And then you're like, I'll take a nap tomorrow. It'll be fine. And then you get here, you're like, I didn't take any naps.
Didn't get a chance to.
I'm like, that's your own fault. Don't be complaining to me that you're tired.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, you are.
You're complaining. You sound like you're tired.
You're driving me crazy. I'm not tired. I slept.
I have some good stuff to play with today.
Stop playing with everything.
Got a pen. Whatever you leave here is the stuff I get to play with.
This stuff.
Got this card we got at the expo. Gonna fiddle with that.
Gosh, you're like a child.
And this is new information.
You swindled me out of a soda.
What? No, we're gonna talk about this. You were the one that threw a tantrum.
I didn't throw a tantrum. What are you talking about?
You did too. I want to go home. I didn't know you were gonna stay up.
I wasn't throwing a tantrum. I just said I'm tired and my back hurts, and you were the one.
No, you said if you make me stay, you have to buy me a soda.
Yeah.
That's a tantrum.
No, a tantrum is me yelling and making a scene. I wasn't making a scene.
No, it's a quiet tantrum. Kids can have tantrums without
not a
screaming.
Quiet tantrum.
You said if I didn't.
I'm about to have a tantrum right now.
Don't have a real tantrum.
I'm about to have a real tantrum because I wasn't.
Oh, stop.
I wasn't having a tantrum.
All right. Blackmail.
You're pissing me off.
Oh,
God.
Don't.
You are like being really weird.
I'm not being weird. I'm being Phil. And you're being Brendo. I want to do
this right now.
Look. Josh said he could do a half show.
Like, okay. Oh, God. You were the one, you said you were going to have to leave early. You were even like, Janelle's going to have to come and pick me up.
No, I said we have that option.
And then it gets to be like super late. We've been standing around all day. And I'm like, Phil, I think I kind of want to go home. You're like, no, play. You're doing your whole Phil thing, trying to guilt trip me. And then I said, all right, well, if you're going to stay, then I need a soda.
No, you said you have to buy me a soda.
That's what I said, because I'm going to need a soda, because I'm tired. I'm late.
Josh is being antagonistic.
You are being overly antagonistic. It's really pissing me off.
I think you're being easily antagonized.
What the hell does that mean?
It means you're hypersensitive.
You know I'm hypersensitive.
That's true.
You're intentionally pushing my buttons, which is the definition of being antagonistic.
You know I'm antagonistic.
Oh my God.
That's nothing new.
One time... You want to know what the worst thing anybody's ever said to me?
What?
One time my friend's wife, who I think, like, this is where I appreciate Janelle more, because this is where it's important to be friends with somebody's wife. It's like, I feel like Janelle and I have a friendship outside of, like, you.
Right.
And, like, we have a history.
It's not like the George and Elaine thing.
Whereas with another one of my friends, like, his wife, like, I think she just put up with me.
Okay.
And, like, one time... I don't even know what happened, but I was like at their house. This was after they got married, because like I knew them before they got married, and they got married.
That changes everything.
And so I don't even know. This was like Josh is 100% correct right
Josh
there. By the way,
on your side, I know.
And so like and I don't even know like what happened. Again, this was like a different Brendo, but I still think she was being a little bit crazy.
What happened?
Like, she got so upset at me. I don't remember what I did, but she said, "You are the most antagonistic person I've ever met." And that just like she said that to me. That was 12 years ago. No, 13 years ago. I think about it at least once a week.
And you called me antagonistic.
But I'm not antagonistic.
I'm antagonistic. I know that.
I just couldn't believe she said that. It was like the meanest thing. It was the most horrible thing anybody said to me. It made me question my entire existence and being. I went into a huge depression.
Well, don't be depressed, because I'm the antagonizing one.
But I don't even understand why she said that.
I don't know.
And I don't understand why you're saying that I was throwing a tantrum when all I did was say, if I'm going to stay till however late you want to stay, you're buying me a soda.
I think that's a little bit of blackmail, that's all.
Well, you're the one that wanted to stay super late after you had already said that you didn't, and I was like, you were tired, I was super tired, we've been standing all day, and then you tried to welch on your deal.
Oh no, because I said I would buy $1 soda at McDonald's.
Yeah, and then the McDonald's was closed.
So I said you can get $1 soda at 7-Eleven.
There are no dollar sodas at 7-Eleven.
You got a
$1
one.
You were like, you're being a freaking
That's not
conniver.
That is exactly fair. I got you $1 soda.
Yeah, but when you said that, how do I know you didn't know that the McDonald's was going to be closed?
I didn't know.
So you knew that
you drove past the open one.
Yeah, because you said we'll just go to that one's not on the way.
Well, it wasn't.
I said, what about that one? No, we'll go to the one here, and it was closed.
So I bought you a soda, like I said.
Yeah, wouldn't you just want to buy your friend a soda just to be nice?
I also bought him breakfast.
You bought me breakfast because I drove you there.
Yeah. Just saying, I'm not a miser.
You are a miser.
I pitched in fair and square.
You are a miser.
I pitched in fair and square.
All right.
All right.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I had to get an iced tea because they didn't have a soda for $1.
Oh. The soda, by the way, the iced tea was like $1.29 plus tax.
Because it was cheaper than any soda that they had there.
Fanta was only $1.
I don't want Fanta.
I got Fanta.
Ugh.
Just saying you had options.
No, I didn't.
What? Fanta's not an option?
Fanta doesn't have any caffeine in it, and I don't like it.
You don't like pineapple Fanta? Strawberry Fanta?
It's not. It's just I don't like the only non-caffeinated soda that I drink on a regular basis is Tiki Punch.
That's like Fanta. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but at the time I didn't want that. I wanted a caffeinated beverage because I was like
that in the arrangement.
Oh my! See, listen to yourself.
Next time, if you say I want a caffeinated beverage,
There isn't going to be a next time because I'm not going to put myself in that situation. If I'm the driver and I want to go, we're going.
All right. Fair enough.
He is super tired.
I'm super tired.
And it's your fault that you're super tired. Wait, what do you mean you had 3 hours of sleep? You said you got up at 8.
Yeah, and I got to bed at 5 hours of sleep. 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, you're being beyond confrontational. It's really freaking me out.
Maybe we should do more shows when I'm tired.
I don't want to do a show now. I'm afraid of you're pissing me off.
All right, let's start it. It'll be all good.
Sir, I didn't get any sleep. What did you do all day?
I told you. You want to run down on my...
Played with your kids? Can't you just be like, Daddy's tired and taking a nap?
That doesn't work that way sometimes.
Sure it is.
What? I didn't see them all day yesterday. I promise I'm going to hang out with them today. That's fair.
You can't do a show again when you're this tired.
All right.
Forbidding it.
We'll try it. Could be the best show we've ever done.
No.
You don't know until you do it.
I'm pissed off.
I know. That's why it's going to be fun. I'm being weird. You're in a bad mood.
I'm in a bad mood because you're being weird.
Then it'll be a fun
Everything
show.
was fine today. I got tons of sleep. I went to bed at 4 because I couldn't go to sleep because I was upset.
Because of the soda?
I was upset about the soda, and I was thinking about other stuff.
Okay.
And I was getting upset,
All
so
right.
I watched The Addams Family. So I was thinking about The Addams Family.
Movie?
Yes, because I played the pinball machine
Right.
for an hour while you were playing that stupid game that we had to stay there
it was amazing.
super late because of that freaking stupid game.
You played it.
Yeah, it's dumb.
That was the best game. Best new game that I'd never
Dumb
played before.
game.
We'll talk about it. We'll see.
Dumb
There's probably some
game.
huge fans of it out there.
I don't care. So I was tired, but then I slept because I slept.
I didn't.
That's on you. You don't have to come in here and act a fool.
Super off-road. We didn't play
That one was like hogged.
Yeah,
People
that
were
was
hogging
like-
it.
But we didn't get
People
to play
were
the
hogging
Super
that,
Sprint.
and people were hogging Punch Out.
Never got to do Punch-Out. But we played a lot of Super Sprint.
But we played a ton of Super
We played
Sprint.
so much.
Played a ton of everything.
We got there at like, well, we should do it. We should record.
Yeah. As long as you promise not to be a butthole.
I might be a little bit of a butthole, but that's,
Just because you're tired doesn't mean it's okay for you to be a butthole.
I'm not saying.
You're trying to excuse your behavior.
No.
There's no excuse for being a butthole.
Okay. I won't be a butthole.
Colin saying I had a tantrum. By saying I had a tantrum implies that I was like screaming and making pounding and things like that.
No.
I wasn't doing any of that. That is the definition of a tantrum.
There's many different types of
No,
tantrums.
no.
Luke has silent tantrums.
But I wasn't whining. I wasn't complaining. I wasn't doing any of the stuff the
All
kids
right.
do when they have
I will
tantrums.
withdraw my tantrums.
If you ever say again that I hadn't, because you're defaming my character.
I'm not.
Because if you say I have a tantrum, people will believe you because they know sometimes I do. But this was not one of the times.
All right.
I'm going to define. I'm looking up on dictionary.com. A violent demonstration of rage or frustration.
Oh, but look at the second
a
part.
sudden burst of ill temper.
It was just a sudden burst of ill
I
temper.
didn't have a burst. There was no burst.
A silent burst.
No.
All right.
No.
I withdraw the
You
tantrum.
are against the definition of a tantrum.
I still withdraw the tantrum.
Oh, have somebody calls the cops and we have to break this up.
All right. All right.
God.
It's okay. I withdrew the tantrum.
Good. Because it wasn't a tantrum. It was me seeing. Because I figured I figured you would insist on going home because I just assumed your cheapness. That was a tactic, and you countered and you said we'll do it, but then you welched on it.
No.
So that's where I'm like, I don't trust you anymore.
Oh, stop. I bought you a soda.
You didn't buy me a soda. You bought me an iced tea.
Bought you a tea.
Because the sodas were not $1. And then you're like, well, you can pay the difference. I'm like, what? I'm not paying the difference. Also, I lent you $0.25.
And I paid you back.
No, you didn't. Oh, I told you to give it to the guy.
You donated it to the guy.
Whatever. Yeah, because I was nice. And you're not being nice. You weren't being nice.
I did. I gave him like 77 cents.
No, you weren't being nice to me.
Oh.
You wouldn't go over the $1.
All right.
I forgot how we started the show. This has got my just.
Hello. Start with hello.
Yeah. All right. I was about to do live, and I was like, "That's popsicles." You got me all out of sorts. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Radio BrendoMan. I'm Brendan Creasy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
Apparently, Phil's all tired, you guys. Because why are you so tired, Phil?
We stayed up super late at the expo.
At
last
your
night.
insistence.
Yes.
And now you're trying to you're acting all crazy, and you're like, it's because I'm tired. And like, that's your own fault.
Still?
And you're antagonizing me, and she tried to say that I had a tantrum, and I did not.
If you guys want to hear the backstory on this, you should definitely check out the YouTube pre-show this week.
It's on our YouTube channel. If you didn't know,
Josh is like all on me.
Yeah.
In the chat. It's been good. It's been an interesting lead up already. So
if you didn't know, we have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/BrendoMan.
You can see all the shows. You can see us on camera now.
It's where we have all the popsicles.
I gotta tell you.
MBWS.
Like looking at me back here, I avoid making eye contact with myself.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't care.
It's just weird.
It's
like
not
I'm talking
weird.
to myself.
That's what we're doing right now.
I know. But then if I don't have to look at myself, somehow it doesn't make that. I don't know. I like it.
You are freaking weird today.
I slept very little.
You slept like I feel like 5 hours is normal for you.
Well, it's 5 hours builds up over time, you know. If I only get 5 hours every night for so long, then, you know.
Whose fault is that?
It's no one's fault.
Yeah, but you're taking it out on everybody.
I won't take it out on anyone.
So apparently you couldn't take a nap today because you're playing with your kids.
Yep.
And you're going to things, and you're doing things, and you're eating things, and apparently you have no time to even take like a 20-minute, 30-minute.
Nope.
And then people try and be like, Brendan, why don't you have kids and a family? Because I don't want to be strung out on 5 hours of sleep and yelling at my friends.
If you want to get sleep on a regular basis, don't have kids.
Yeah, never.
It's not a thing.
Not doing that.
Definitely.
No, thank you. No,
definitely.
No, thank you. Absolutely not.
I mean, I love having kids. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying if that's important to you, definitely don't do that.
Phil's tired because he played video games for 12 hours.
I know.
Oh, what a rough life.
No, it was more than 12 hours.
What a rough
We got there at
life.
10:30, so we're talking about
We got there at like
Expo.
10:50, by the way.
10:50 because of the
There was
train
the
that we
train
were stuck behind.
blocking the road.
We went to the Arcade Expo at arcadeexpo.com. If you guys want to check out their thing, it's super cool.
They're a pinball museum.
The pinball museum.
It's
like 600 pinball machines, something like
they
that.
have 600 pinball machines.
And then like 300 or 400.
It's like 200 arcade
games, plus all kinds of other great stuff.
And they had all kinds of other games. They had like those old shooting games and like they had like a bunch of random stuff.
All kinds of old arcade stuff.
It was amazing.
Plus they had like a bunch of consoles set up.
Seriously, the coolest thing I've ever been to, and it was so crazy that it's like 20 minutes away from where we live, and this guy owns all of it, and he wants to open it up year round, and the frickin' city of Banning won't let him. And to me, that's the craziest thing.
Well, the funny part is that because we actually got to talk a little bit with the guy's
mother-in-law,
who was really cool.
She was awesome. She gave us free cake pops.
She gave us free cake pops.
Yes.
And she was saying that the reason the city's giving them...
They're worried about riffraff.
They're worried about it bringing in a bad element.
I'm like, it's not 1985. Kids play video games at home, if they play video games at all, because I feel like teenage kids and kids, they're like watching YouTube videos and playing Minecraft.
They're not coming out to a pinball museum to like stir up trouble.
I'm sorry, but like the whole idea of like gangs hanging out at arcades and all that stuff, I don't think the kind of people that are going to go to the Museum of Pinball are people like you and me and maybe some hipsters and like cool kids that aren't going to be like, let's have a gang fight over this pinball. Also, one of the reasons why problems happen at arcades is because people are standing around not playing and they're doing. There are like the pinball room. It's impossible not to play a pinball machine. There would have to be like 1,000 people there to not.
There was always something available.
There's always a machine available, and also like gangs don't operate that way anymore. No. Even if there were gangs, and also there's not any gangs in Banning, California.
The average age of the people there was probably like 40.
Oh yeah, dude, honestly, there was tons of. We were on the young side for this place.
Like there's definitely not a lot of street toughs that are like, let's go down to the pinball joint, guys. You know, like.
Well, because they don't exist anymore, and everybody's moved on. And I mean, I understand if it was 1985 and someone's like, I'm going to open a giant arcade. Yes, that would be a cause for concern because some of the arcades were hangouts for the local undesirables. But it's not 1985 anymore, and the undesirables are now selling. They're stealing your information on the internet, and they're also based out of major metropolitan areas, not Banning, California, off the 10, in between Cabazon,
right by the dinosaurs from Pee-wee's,
and Beaumont. Like, most people don't even know where that is.
Right.
So
their other major attraction is they have a discount movie theater. That's pretty much
and then they have a lot of boarded up stores and a lot of nothing.
So it'd be good. So if you want to write to the city of Banning and tell them let the arcade museum open up.
I'm going to.
I'm telling you. Because we were thinking, like, if it was there on a regular basis...
I would live there.
A, that. B, it would be a cool place to have regular bands.
Because they have a stage... They have, like, an outdoor area where they can have... Because they have bands playing.
Yeah.
They have, like, giant meeting rooms. We could have, like, a thing there. It was awesome.
Okay, I don't know if Josh and Rachel went on Friday. I don't know if you guys saw any of the music. But A plus B should like totally play at the next one.
We're gonna play.
I think we're gonna try to get BrendoMan All Stars on there, like, because they had some good acts that we saw, but like you guys are definitely, you guys are made for that. It was cool. They had a good PA and stuff. It was super well run and everything. So.
Well.
Oh, did you see the guy that he's just playing on like his 2DS.
It was the rhythm. The rhythm.
There's a few solo guys. Okay, you saw
that guy. Yeah.
I mean, that guy was a crack-up. We actually talked to him for a while.
We talked to him for a while.
Because I don't know if you got it from the, that's the guy with the long hair. I don't know if you talked to him or if you mentioned it in the show, but he actually designed, like, he's the programmer for the program that you can download on the 3DS that he was playing.
It's Rhythm Core Alpha.
So, he kind of had, like, crazy wild hair, almost like Doc Brown hair.
Yeah.
Not quite as poofy at the top, but yeah, I mean, he just totally, he was a character. Man, very entertaining to watch. Definitely, like, a unique guy. So, anyway. But I mean, that was super fun. So they had a lot of good artists there, but also there's room for some local talent, whatnot. So fun to do.
Well, but we had our first official Radio BrendoMan meetup.
Yes.
And we met up with listeners Mark Ariano and Steve Espinoza. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we participated in the world record pinball attempt. They just sent in all they updated their Facebook page and they said that Walter Day has confirmed the results and they're sending it away to Guinness. So we might be a part of that because it broke the record by like 50 people if they can confirm.
Yeah.
That's why they had the video. They were videoing everything. But Walter Day and Billy Mitchell were there.
Yeah.
We met Billy Mitchell. We took our picture with him. He was super nice.
If you don't know who that is, if you ever saw the documentary King of Kong,
he's the quote-unquote bad guy in King of Kong, but the way they structured the movie, it's a little bit it's not very kind to him because in real life, like, first of all, in real life, him and Steve Wiebe are friends, and if you going by that movie, you would think like they hate each other and that Billy Mitchell's like the most evil person in the world, which is totally, he was like the nicest dude.
We asked him if he would take a picture with us, just caught him like walking around, and not only did he do it, he's like, "Oh, let's find a good background." So we look like
he was the kind of dude that we could probably have stopped there and talked to him for like a long time. Walter Day complimented my shirt.
Yeah,
he was super nice.
It was really fun.
Like, cause it made me reminded me that like documentaries, they can bend the truth.
Oh, for sure.
To support their narrative.
But he did also have his hot sauce.
He did have his hot sauce. I was gonna buy some, but he wasn't there at the table, and I'm like, I kind of want to buy it from him and maybe get him to sign it or something.
Hot sauce.
I don't know.
Would you eat it then? Would you use it?
Yeah, but I'd keep the bottle.
Oh, okay, that's good.
But it was like, and they even had like a King of Kong hot sauce.
Yeah.
They had like different themes, but it was the most video games I've ever seen. The pinball room was every single pinball machine I could like imagine.
They had everyone. Like
the only one they didn't have. Mark Ariano and I both brought this up. They didn't have the WWF Royal Rumble pinball game.
Right.
It was actually kind of surprised because like they had so many. They had things that I didn't even.
They had like really weird ones. They had this giant one called Hercules where the pinball was like. It was like the size of a.
It was a cue ball.
Like,
it was a cue ball.
I think it was even bigger. You don't think it was bigger?
No, it was a cue ball.
I don't know. It was huge.
And you had to
the paddles were giant, and in order to fire the ball up, you had to like pound it in. I mean, it was like a test of strength, Hercules, just to get it up into the game. That was super cool.
We played that.
The 2-player pinball where you're like face head to head.
It was like a soccer game.
Yeah, but so it was like each of
you
try to get it up.
That was probably my favorite one.
That was really fun.
But they kept because some of them. Like, not all pinball machines have, like, a free play mode.
Right.
So there were some where people had to go around and put more credits in them.
Put credits on a manual.
But, like, there was so much stuff that, like, sometimes
they couldn't keep
up with it. So there'd be certain machines you'd have to keep checking to see if they were available. Also, when you have that many people playing pinball machines, things start going down. So
like
machines
an army of technicians.
were up. It was kind of cool watching them work on them because they'd flip it open and
they
like
had
you got to watch them.
Schematics out there, and they'd be.
I watched this guy. You know that weird one by the by the Atari games that was like all those holes.
Yeah.
I got to watch a guy work on it, and he actually fixed it, but then he couldn't figure out how to give it credits.
Oh, okay.
So I like because he had his Ray. He had like his Ray stance goggles on and he was like going through the circuit board. It was awesome like watching him work on all these machines.
Those guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and I heard like talking with the guy's mother-in-law that they brought guys in from our technicians from arcades like all around came out for the event. So it was it was cool.
And
what
I
else?
played.
They had Pinbot.
Well, they had all the Pinbot games.
They had all.
But they had pinball games going back to like the 40s, 50s.
Oh yeah,
they had like, and they had way more old pinballs than they did like newer pinballs.
Mm-hmm.
And like half the pinball room was like probably pre-1950s.
Yeah, and some of those
machines.
are like, so there's some weird ones.
There's some really funny ones. And then there was like every kind of license. Like I made a point to play every music one. I played Rolling Stones, Kiss, Dolly Parton.
Is there a Nugent one?
Ted Nugent. There was so many pinball machines. It was crazy.
Yeah, and
then they had like newer ones. They had all the movie ones. They had like Hook, Back to the Future, like every movie pinball machine you could think of. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like
there was a Batman one, but that one was
Batman
not
one was not functioning at the time.
But it looked really cool.
They had Baywatch.
Yeah.
Playboy. They had the back room we didn't go into that had a 21 and up.
Each other to go
they had like a 21 and up pinball, and I'm like, what are those? Like, because I thought it would be the Playboy pinball machine, but the Playboy one was out. So I'm like, are there like porn pinball machines?
You had to you had to like walk past this gap kind of by the bar and then go behind a curtain. Like it was real obvious, like, oh, those guys are going in there.
Yeah.
And
to go play porn ball.
I don't know. I couldn't bring myself to do it, even just to go peek. I was like,
yeah, we played the newer ones. We played I played the Avengers.
Yeah, we took turns on the Avengers.
We did the Avengers one. That was pretty cool.
That section was pretty like popular.
That was like the most crowded section with all the new stuff. But they had like South Park, Simpsons. Mm-hmm. They had Walking Dead. They played while you were playing, because on the video game side they had like every pretty much. And like games you never heard of, games I'd only read about in like cracked articles.
Yeah.
Like things. It was crazy. Phil got obsessed with this like an old Atari game. Was it Atari
I think it was Atari.
What was it called?
It was called Pepper 2. I'd never heard of it before. It was like a mix between that old game Kicks, where you have to like box stuff in,
like Kicks and Pac-Man.
plus Pac-Man. I got obsessed.
So Phil was like obsessed with that. So while he did that, I was like wandering around, and there was an Addams Family pinball game, and that's like my favorite pinball game ever. And so I played that for like an hour. I managed to I love it so much because there's so much stuff to do, and they actually got Raul Julia and Angelica Houston to like do voice work.
Right.
It wasn't just like they pasted clips from the movie. Like he actually did new voice work for it. And it was one of the first pinball machines that had that kind of stuff. And there's like all kinds of animations and like fun stuff. And it also has clear objectives, which some pinball machines
you have no idea.
You really have to like, you don't know what you're doing. And so I played that for like an hour, and afterwards I'm like, I'm gonna watch. And then when I got home, I watched Addams Family. So I didn't go to bed till like 4.
That's
because we stayed till 1.
Yeah, we were there till about
almost
1:10.
We almost made it till 2, but I couldn't stand up anymore.
Already.
We've been standing and walking around like all
totally
day, and you were like out of it. You were starting to be like delirious, Phil.
It was one of those like if it had been a gambling situation, someone would have had to like pull me away, because I was like with this game that I was playing, Pepper 2, there's 4 boards, and I don't know what happens, but you can clear all 4 boards. And I got to 3 out of 4, and I could not get the 4th board, but I was close. I'm like, one more game, I'm going to do it.
And then he tricked me. He's like, let's do 2-player. All right, this is the last one.
Yeah,
okay. And he's like, and then he'd hit the credit button on accident because everything's on free play.
And so then it got to the point where I was getting really good. I'd never played it before, but I got to where I could clear 3, and then I started getting tired and delirious, and my game started getting worse and worse, and my score tapered off.
Like, and I'd make fun of you, and I'm like, what, this game that you've been playing for the last like 3 hours, you're terrible at.
But I had like the whole bottom half of the high score was all my name. I got on so many games.
And then Phil got all obsessed about having his name on games.
Well, that was then. I've always been obsessed.
But he was like, but of course he was, and then went on free play. And then, so he would go around, and if he'd gotten kicked off, he'd have to play it again. It got a little bit.
Well, the Centipede game in particular.
Janelle would have punched you in the face.
Oh, absolutely. The Centipede game, you had to they had the ball installed wrong, or the
It was
wire
backwards.
wrong. So it's backwards. So if you push to the right, it went to the left. So I played that until I adjusted to the reverse, and I got I filled up the whole board on that one almost. So it was great. It was seriously though. Aside from just playing tons of games, it was one of the best put together events I've ever been to.
Yeah, they had everything.
It was very smooth, great entertainment. Plus they had all the good stuff. The people who worked there were nice.
Yeah.
They gave us free posters when we left.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just really cool.
They had old soda, cool old timey sodas.
I bought a German orange lemonade thing. I don't know what it was, but it was good.
I got an Astro Pop soda.
And for that whole day, we did get a Groupon, but still, we paid $20 for the whole day.
Yeah.
I dropped $20 in quarters in a couple minutes. If we played through tons of Smash TV, we spent more than $20 worth of quarters on that right there.
Yeah.
Which is also really fun. So many good games.
That, played
Tubin. Had you ever played Tubin before that?
Yes.
That was good. That was one of my favorites from
Marble Madness 720. All those games.
Everything.
They had a Play Choice 10. We played Rescue Rangers on the Play Choice 10.
We did the old Star Wars games.
Yeah, all the old Star Wars games.
Tron.
They had Star Wars Arcade, the newer one.
Mm-hmm.
They had a bunch of different fighting games. They had, I don't know, they had everything. It was crazy.
It was super good.
It was crazy.
We watched at least a little bit of all the different bands.
We watched some different bands.
So, I'd say great success. We had a good time hanging out with Mark and Steve, so thanks to you guys for hanging out.
Played 4-player Simpsons.
Yeah, we got to do some good multiplayer with those guys.
It was fun. Played a bunch of pinball.
Yeah.
So much pinball. Because, you got to figure, I just had to take advantage of that because, pinball games now are expensive.
It's at least 50 cents usually.
And you don't just get to keep playing once
right.
So I just sit there playing pinball and I'm I would have spent $5 already on this. But it's all on free play.
Random one I liked a lot was the NASCAR one.
Oh yeah.
It took the ball, it had a track around the outside and it would build up speed and then launch it out of the track around the outside of it.
The coolest thing I saw, I forgot to tell you about this. I played the Bram Stoker's Dracula pinball game, and it had this thing where it would, I don't know how it did it, I guess it was magnets, but if you unlock something, the ball there would be a ball that would come out in the middle of the field and it would float around, and you'd have to hit it, and if you hit it with your ball, then it would unlock the multi-ball. Cool. It was crazy.
That's really cool.
Because it was Dracula's hypnotizing you, and it was pretty awesome. It's just, there's so many weird movie games.
Oh, I did that one. There was I think from 60s probably, that was gunslinger one.
Yeah.
And if you got it up in the slot, it would had a little pistol that would turn around and you could shoot it out of the pistol. That was really cool too.
They had that one that was it was Cannonball Run, but it was a lot of things that are they're loosely based off. I forgot what the Top Gun one was. It was really cheesy. But this one, it had the whole top board where it was there was a top-down pinball game on the front side.
Right.
So once you launched it up in there, then it was a whole other pinball game. They also had that Baby Pac-Man.
Yeah, they had a couple.
Where it was an actual Pac-Man game, and then it was also a pinball game.
Because they also had one like that we played. The when you row the boat.
The Granny and the Gators.
Yeah, and if you went to the side, it would bring you down to the pinball game, and then you'd go back up to the video game.
It's crazy.
Oh, there you go, Gold Wings.
Gold Wings.
I don't know if you can see it on there at all, but wait.
I don't think they can see your phone.
Just
I don't think they can.
Just in case.
Maybe.
No, not gonna work.
It's just.
All right, well, it's called Gold Wings, but it's a total Top Gun ripoff. The dude even kind of looks like Tom Cruise on there. Anyway. So yeah, it was pretty amazing. Oh, they even had a free photo booth.
Yeah, we took photos, pictures. And then Arcade Expo, because I tagged the page, then they posted it on their page.
Oh, nice.
So that was cool, and I have it on my fridge now too.
Yeah.
Because they emailed it to you, and you got a printout.
Physical copy.
It's pretty nuts. And it was free.
Yeah.
So I got free souvenir photo, free cake pops, free poster,
free play on the games. And we're part of a Guinness Book of World Records now.
Yeah. It took our name and address and phone number.
So somewhere out there
it's on the record books.
We're in it.
Yeah.
I think I'm not 100% sure, but I was, if not the first, one of the first people to get out and actually lose all 3 of their balls.
I don't think they were recording
I don't
that.
think they were recording that, but I think I did the worst of the people that did.
I was the longest out of our group.
Out of our group, yeah. But there was like one person, like, because
That
we all
just
had to
kept
wait
going,
until
and
everyone
everyone's
was
like,
done.
"All right, come on, dude,
Drop
we
the
get it.
ball.
We get it. You're good at pinball."
I think he must have gone for 10 minutes at least.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Well, there's like some pro players there.
Yeah.
Like that was the other cool thing. You'd walk around and you see some dude like
And then
just,
they
like,
know what they're
racking
doing.
up some crazy score.
They probably like walked by and laughed at it. We also we heard quite a bit of funny like little, dialogue going on. Someone walking by. Oh, this shouldn't be here. This one belongs over in the bally section. We're like
A lot of hardcore pinball dudes.
snobs, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. But then it was funny because there was, I think the table, because there was a specific table that it was in the oddities. It was like oddities and international section.
Right.
And then in the regular section, there was that same table. So something must have been different about the one in the oddities
Maybe
table.
it was just like made in another, because some of them were just like made in Spain.
And I think that's what it was, because there was one in the section the guy said it should be in, because I played it. I was just bummed that because some of them like weren't working. The one that bummed me out the most was they had like, I had heard about it, the haunted house one.
Oh yeah.
One where it had like a lower level and it also had an upper level, but like they weren't working. Because I heard those ones. The reason why those ones are so rare is because they break all the time.
Right.
And they're really hard to
break
find in working order.
one while we were there?
Broke a few.
A couple of them. Not like broke, but
like the ball would get
stuck somewhere or something.
And then you just be like, all right.
Yeah.
On to the next
one, yeah.
Because you could seriously just go down the line.
Yeah.
Because there was like 5 aisles, and like each aisle had like 100 pinball machines.
If you counted all the video games and all the options, there was like 1,000 different games you could have played. And there's no way you could possibly get to all that. So
there's a lot.
It was great.
It was nuts.
So good job to the Arcade Expo guys. And they're doing another one in October.
Yeah.
And we're totally going. So if you guys, are somewhat local and you want to make the trip out to come hang out, we'll do another hangout and whatnot. So definitely be there for that. ArcadeExpo.com. It was really cool.
So what else have you been up to?
Well, let's see. It's been this weekend, as you heard at the beginning of the show, has been kind of all about this.
Yeah.
And but I don't know. This last week was just kind of
getting back into the
big thing this
schedule.
Last week, not only getting the normal schedule, but we've gotten onto our walking schedule.
You walked every day this week.
We're doing the Radio BrendoMan Fitness Effort 2015.
Yep.
And we walked every day, Monday through Saturday, and not just like walk. Like we did like some cool adventures, like checking out different trails and stuff.
We found some trail areas.
Yeah. And we did a bunch of different ones. I mean, like, some of the ones up into the state park. Like, we did some serious walking. The first day on Monday, we went out and
it just rained.
It had rained the night before.
So it was super muddy.
I didn't think about it.
We were slipping and sliding.
Like, there was a
got
spot
stuck
we
in
thought
the
we were
mud.
going to be stuck. Brendan had to go up and around off the trail, like off-roading and stuff.
Well, we get to one, and I'm like, it's really muddy, and Phil's like, no, we should keep going, it'll be fine. And then it just got worse and worse.
Well, then as I'm saying that, I start sliding down.
And then you'd be like, well, now we've gone too far, we can't go back.
Well, at that point, it was go up the way we came or go up the other way. We're kind of stuck in the middle.
Yeah, but
then we went back to that same place the next day.
It was fine.
Went a different direction, but it was all fine. So anyway,
it dried out.
The good thing is we've been walking. I've got my little meter, and I've been burning over my calorie goal every day just on the walking stuff. So
yeah,
that's been cool.
Some days, there was a couple days where I did my own walk and that walk.
Went on it. Yesterday, our walk was walking around the thing.
But I
definitely did a lot of walking then. So
yeah.
So that's been good. I mean, that's kind of what we did all week. That was the big thing.
It's your big thing. And then you're back. Your kids are back on the normal schedule.
School. We're all back.
Except you're about
until we leave again in a week.
So you go on a freaking Disney World vacation.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. How about you? You've had some adventures this week.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that.
All right, we'll get to that. Should we do some reader mail then?
Yeah.
Jump into that?
We had some interesting reader mail this week. And also, Craig I tried to sort out Craig's emails. Craig sent quite a few emails this week, and he mentions things in emails to Popsicles that he didn't talk about on Popsicles. He talked about them on here. So when Derek reads those emails, he's not gonna have any idea what Craig's talking about. So
well, it sounds like he may have had some.
Yeah.
Well, he may have texted, or it might have written some emails while not fully. He was like, how I am now.
Yeah.
A little out of it.
Well, anyway, so here's one of the emails, because the other ones are the Popsicles, and I'm not going to read them, but they mention things. Again, Craig,
well, you're the mail sorter.
Some of your emails mention things that we talked about not on Popsicles. So.
All right, so you got it boiled down.
Whatever, I think so.
All right, well, let's do it.
Just remember, there are two separate podcasts, and they are separate entities. In case you don't know, Popsicles and Radio BrendoMan are separate.
That's true.
All right. So Craig from the Res, hey guys, listening to the latest show, and would like to prove that Jerry isn't the only entomologist, not entomologist,
entomologist dealing with
insects,
yeah.
in your audience. The squared circle is an oblique reference to an ancient math problem about trying to make a square with the same area of a given circle with only a compass and a straight edge. This has proved impossible, plus is synonymous with a Sisyphean task. The wrestling angle is just a play on words. All right.
All right.
Were we talking about squared circle? I don't even know.
Well, I don't know. Maybe in one of your wrestling tangents. It's very possible.
Andrew Lindy's in the chat from.
What's up?
He's the View and Benview Network.
That's right.
Host of Nerd's Eye View, another podcast.
And others.
All right.
So he's got a thing he linked us to give us.
And then he said the more interesting one is the rubber match. This has permeated sports and recreation for a while now because it's when you have best of three. The third match is the rubber match.
Okay.
It's just how it is. So, yet few know it is a bridge term. Like in the card game, there is a way to play bridge called a rubber match. It is pretty much best 2 out of 3. This is totes where the term came from. Thanks, Craig from the Res. P.S. Totally drunk while writing. Well, we're honored that you chose us to write to when you were in that situation. And that's actually good.
If you're ever thinking of writing an email you might regret, just send something to us. We'll help you out of that.
We'll sort it out.
Yeah. If you're going to drunk email to us.
Yeah.
And also, Jerry, beware. You've got some competition there.
I don't think she's that concerned.
No, she's not.
At all.
Was she begrudgingly in that role, do you think?
I don't know.
Well, she did a good job. That's good. It's good to have multiple people on the job, So I'm happy with that. All right. Yeah. I've always wondered that.
Have you?
Well, for the last 2 or 3 minutes, I've wondered. And now I found out, so it's cool.
All right. We got a couple from Louis Clark. Hey, if you guys like that arcade expo, you might like ZapCon. Schedule and such permitting. It's done by the team that makes Kingdom of Loathing. 2015 dates aren't posted yet, except then he figured out they were posted, and so it's in Mesa, Arizona. I don't know where that is.
I don't know exactly.
But we should look into it. But they got a bunch of arcades. It's like Arcade Expo.
Cool.
Not as many arcade games because they have a list. And I'm like, oh, that's not as many, but it still looks cool.
Still cool.
Definitely looks cool. It's in April.
That's a better time to be in Arizona than
in
the middle of summer.
But we'll definitely look into that, and we love. But if you're in Arizona, you should definitely check it out.
Cool.
All right. He also asked, and this is, I guess I should have asked you this off the air, but we'll talk about it on the air because we have gotten inquiries. He says, "You guys have any shirts left by chance? Mine is all worn out. What are you doing with that shirt?"
That's good. Well, I don't know. Wearing it. That's good.
But do we have shoddy merchandise?
I don't think so. Mine's fine. I hope not.
What's happening with these shirts?
I don't know.
Mine's okay, but I've only worn it twice.
Oh. Well, if they're wearing it
How often do you wear yours?
I don't know.
I've never seen you wear it except at Comic-Con.
No, I've worn it.
When?
I don't know. I don't have a schedule written out of where my T-shirt wears.
Okay. I've never seen you wear it. Except
you don't know what I'm wearing right now. I could be wearing it right now.
I don't think you are.
Well, you don't know. That's my point.
I think you're wearing a Nintendo shirt or maybe a Goonies.
Nope. I'm wearing the Vent Doctors.
What the heck is the Vent Doctors?
Okay, interesting story. Not really, but it was from the same place that we ordered our shirts. They accidentally sent one shirt that was wrong. And I got this, and they said, keep the shirt, and they sent us the right ones, too. So I got a free Vent Doctor shirt.
And you're actually wearing
And I'm wearing it. That's my point, though. This is from the same vintage as ours. I'm wearing it now, and it's fine.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Hopefully.
Do we have shirts?
Well, okay, so we'll keep you posted on that. But yes, we will have an opportunity to have more shirts.
We have an opportunity in the future to get more shirts. We don't just have them because we ordered based on the Kickstarter.
Right.
Because that's the whole reason why we did it, because we didn't want to end up with a bunch of shirts left over.
Stock. A, you have to store them somewhere.
And you have to pay for them.
You have to pay for them. So, we make them on demand, basically. So, we will we're going to
do another shirt run. We're still working out the details.
And while there are still a few little things that we got to finish up on this.
We got to finish the last Kickstarter.
So I don't want to start a new one until I've fulfilled every single last bit of those things. But coming soon, we're nearly done with it. But yes, we'll keep you posted. All right.
All right.
So thanks for writing, everybody.
Thank you.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's all the net mail? Okay, that's reader mail.
You're looking at it.
I don't know.
Do you think I'm going to conjure something?
I thought you were trying to come up with a thing.
I was, but then I thought you were going to save me.
You know what you can conjure? If you want to conjure up some podcasts on your phone,
whoa,
you could use an app. And a good one that you could use to conjure up on is Stitcher. You can conjure up all kinds of podcasts on that app. On your phone, on your computer, on other devices. It's free, and you can listen to our show, many other Benview Network shows, and others. And, and if you use the code, what is it, BrendoMan?
Yes.
If you use the code BrendoMan, you can help us out. Give us a thumbs up, even review it if you like to. That'd be really cool.
Oh, yeah, something happened this week that, super bummed me out.
What's that?
I don't know what happened, but the other night, it was, Thursday, maybe? I get home, put my phone on the couch, and then I just kind of went about my business, and then I pick up my phone, and the display, is broken.
That's right.
It doesn't work. And I'm like, well, that's weird. I didn't drop it or smack it or do anything to it. The display just stopped working. And I'm like, oh, I'll just reset it. Took out the battery, put it again, and it's it's what it looks like when the display's broken. Think about even on an arcade machine or TV.
Right.
There's you can kind of see in the top a little bit, and I'm like, well, this sucks. And then I'm like, well, I have my S2 somewhere, and I tore apart. I opened every box. I have everything,
go.
And I can't find it. I think here's my theory.
All right.
My new phone came in a box. I think I put this one in that box, and I clearly remember just chucking that box when I was getting ready to move, and I think I didn't check.
Maybe it was in the box.
Or I don't know. Who knows? I definitely got lost in the shuffle of the move. I have no idea where it is. So the only phone I have besides the S4 is my iPhone 3G from 2009.
Which means I now have the smartest phone in the room.
And
the problem was going to be a thing.
With this iPhone is the big problem. I mean, it's fine. It works as a phone, but as far as apps go, the iOS is as high up as I can get it to go.
Right. And
there's been 4 versions of there's 4 versions of iOS later, so every app in the App Store that I try to download says you need to upgrade your iOS version, and I can't. So the apps that I have installed on the phone are the only apps I can have.
Didn't you say that you had MySpace app on there
yes.
still? That's how dated the phone is.
But I can't upgrade any of the apps, and if I were to delete them, I wouldn't be able to reinstall them. So I'm stuck with whatever apps I have.
You can check your MySpace.
I can play Angry Birds, and I have Facebook. That's about it.
And it's really old.
And
Facebook
these are
too.
Janky versions of all of these. I don't get any group texts. even though I checked the option in messaging that says allow group text, Derek like called me because he was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You're not responding to Benson and I's text." I'm like, "Well, I'm not getting it because it's a dumb phone."
Well, yeah, because you asked me, "Oh, did you hear from Josh?" And I was like, "Yeah, he texted us." You're like, "Oh, I didn't see it."
I don't get group text now. So if you're trying to text me, you have to text me on an individual text. It's really annoying. And I don't get a new phone until October. And I cannot buy a new phone right. I have no money to buy a new phone. And unless I do the AT&T Next thing, and that's just a total ripoff.
Yeah, that seems like a bad deal.
Steve brought up a very funny thing that now Steve posted a photo and tagged us, or was it the other way? Or I posted a photo and tagged Steve
and Mark.
So then members of Steve's family were commenting on it, including Steve's mom, and then your mom commented on it. So now like Steve's mom and Phil's mom are talking.
Our moms are gonna be friends. If Gail jumps in on this, it's just going to be crazy.
No.
That does not surprise me. Yeah, it was actually a funny little exchange.
I don't want all of our moms. They're going to ruin the...
No, it's great. Everyone wants to know our moms on the show. I don't know. I haven't looked and seen what she wrote. I saw like the first thing, but I don't know what else they're writing. I might not want to...
Well, no, I think she's like the one where your mom talked to Steve's mom.
Yeah. But I mean, are they still?
I don't know. Not paying attention to that.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, because Steve's sister.
Like, oh, I hate you so much right now, or something like that.
And Steve's people.
And then his mom.
Parents can't interpret like.
Yeah.
Things.
She's like, why didn't you tell your sister, or something like that?
Okay, Mario has now sent this email twice, so I better read it.
All right.
You mentioned watching Silicon Valley on HBO, but I just binge watched Betas on Amazon, which is a very similar show, but Betas came out in 2013 and Silicon Valley in 2014. Let me tell you the difference between those two shows. One of them is on Amazon, and one of them is on HBO and is directed by Mike Judge. Like, that's the difference.
Although the way that I watch Silicon Valley is on Amazon.
Yeah. So. I've never watched any of those Amazon shows, I guess.
I don't know. It's interesting, though.
I know that new show, the one with Jeffrey Tambor that won like a bunch of Golden Globes.
That's an Amazon one, right?
Yeah. So I guess that's a real deal now.
I
watched one of their things and I didn't like it. I think it's pretty funny because as Steve points out in this, because his mom asked him in the comments if he's like, Steven, do they know that you're the one that called in on the air? And it's like, Mom, I talk on the chat room.
It's not a call in.
And then your mom commented and said, I would have said called in.
I thought so too, yeah. It's cool.
Oh, and then he also said Thomas Middleditch did make an appearance on Betas, and he's on
the other.
He's on Silicon. But you really like Silicon Valley.
We finished the whole season of it. It was super good. So.
And then you told me to watch it, and I'm like, actually, I'm the one that told you to watch it. So.
But you didn't ever finish watching it, so I re-told you to watch it.
Because there's too many freaking shows, man.
There's a lot. You tell me to watch shows all the time. I tell you to watch shows all the time.
Wait, what is happening? Digital order? Why is it in French?
I don't know. For some reason, the Club Nintendo defaults to French. That's what I have too. Bonjour,
I'm
Brendan.
like, oh, what is this? Well, I guess it has English and then French at the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's both.
Okay. Maybe that's why.
That's why. But at first I'm like, what?
But it does that. It's weird. I don't know.
Because it says text day in French.
Anyway, we.
Sorry, I'm reading my email now. I need to close this.
But it was fun. It was fun having our moms interact. I don't mind so much.
I mind.
You know what? I don't mind if people get a good deal on hosting.
Oh, I don't either.
I don't mind if they do it all. In fact,
how do they get that good deal on hosting?
Well, if they use DreamHost for their hosting, and they use the code Radio BrendoMan, they could save a lot of money.
How much money?
50 monies.
50 monies?
50 monies. $50
Is that
bills
what
all day.
You're calling it now?
Yeah. Why not?
You're gonna confuse people.
50 money? Well,
50 monies all day.
50 monies all day long.
And on top of that, you'll get a free domain registration So if you get a year, so like let's say already DreamHost will give you a free domain if you sign up for a year worth of hosting. Retail value $97. You put in the code Radio BrendoMan. You save $50. You pay, so you're paying $47 for a year worth of hosting, and we'll throw in another free domain registration. That's 2.
That is a good deal.
It's an amazing deal.
I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that's a big time savings. Go to dreamhost.com. But you can also see all of our deals by going to radiobrendo.com on the sidebar there.
All this stuff.
You got the
there.
DreamHost link. And you also got a link. You'll see it. It's called Amazon Prime Trial. We're giving 30-day trials for free to Amazon Prime. You've been hearing us talk about Amazon Prime. I'm sure you hear your friends talk about it. If you ever use Amazon,
if you want to watch the pilot to Zombieland,
yeah,
on
all that
Amazon.
other stuff. I don't know if it's up there anymore because that was like a couple pilot seasons ago.
Maybe so.
But they just put up the new pilot season.
Oh, really?
On Amazon.
I always watch some of those.
Yeah. So, but you can sign up if you don't have Amazon Prime currently. You can sign up for a 30-day trial by going to radiobrendo.com, clicking the link. You'll get Amazon Prime Music, which gives you access to over 1 million songs. You get Instant Watch Library, which has got the HBO shows, tons of other stuff. You'll borrow books from Kindle Owners Lending Library. If you have a Kindle, you get that 1 free book a month. And the big deal, you get unlimited free 2-day shipping with no minimum order size, and it's amazing.
And while you're at it,
so and then if you decide to sign up, it's only $99.
$99.
It's a great deal
For the whole year.
And when you're buying stuff on Amazon, whether you have Prime or not,
either way,
click that Amazon banner, radiobrendo.com, sorry.
Darn those guys.
And you will be helping the show without any cost to you. So that's the best, easiest way to help the show. And a lot of you guys do that. And as you know, we read what people buy anonymously. So we don't know who's buying this stuff. Just that people bought it. And here's what we got this week. Got a lot of stuff here. You guys are doing a good job. Thank you so much. We got Dockers men's bridle belt, brown.
Right.
And we got Speedo women's swim short with compression. Is that like a ladies thing? Does it compress your...
I think it's like to bring the volume down, put compression on it.
Compression short.
Yeah. Like, it keeps some of the high volume from,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that loud swimming.
Yeah. No loud swimming.
Gotcha. All right. We got F something da-da-da, fuel vapor, canister purge valve.
Andrew Lindy said no swimming allowed.
Oh. I guess this is for a Ford. It's for a car.
Oh, automotive.
A purge valve.
So we definitely don't understand what that is.
I have no idea what this is.
Something car.
Canister for purge valve, OEM Ford.
I don't even know what part of the thing that goes in.
It's a part of a car.
Well, I'm glad you bought it through there.
So you can buy car parts. See, actually buying car parts, because Ish told me this, you basically put in your model of your car, and like if you need to order like a headlight or like a thing,
that's cool. And
it'll make sure you get the correct things. So for things like headlights and wipers, I buy it on Amazon because it's cheaper.
Of what I can replace.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. Get your car parts.
Okay, then in the book section, we got Going Clear, Scientology, Hollywood, and the Prison of Belief, which I talked about when I read it when it came out. It's a fascinating, crazy book. And their desert compound that you find out about in this book is
right by us over
right
here.
Down the road.
Yep.
The place where they literally lock people in trailers for 2 years and just leave them in there.
Nuts.
That's a real thing
right here.
That they do. Happened out in the desert.
Spoiler alert, someone just bought it and you're telling me.
Well, that's like a known thing about Scientology, but they go in great detail in this book. It's really well researched. He interviewed like everybody, including members of L. Ron Hubbard's family that have left.
Old mother.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah, old mother Hubbard, old dad Hubbard, sister.
Okay, real quick, I just have to read what Quinn just wrote in the chat. It's one of my favorite quotes of recent times. He said, "I'm putting you guys in my backpack so I can go downstairs and make some eggs."
Hey, the
It's good.
convenience of modern
Take us
technology.
wherever you want.
You want to go down, make some eggs? You can take us along with you.
I like to put lemon pepper on my eggs. Little tip there. Try it out.
Speaking of your tips.
Yes.
So I know you're talking about the grinders.
Yeah.
And today I went to the store and they were some of them on sale. Yeah. So I bought a couple.
What'd you get?
I got a sea salt and a garlic pepper.
Ooh, yes. I'm telling you, once you discover the world of grinders, you will never.
You gotta get them when they're cheap.
But if you keep an eye out for them, they'll go. You know
what else is on sale?
What else?
69-cent Zappums right now.
Really?
At Stater Brothers. But I got my first. So basically, sorry, a little sidebar here. I was gonna save this for Brendo, but I don't know. Just you were talking about making stuff. So so Matthew gave me a wok.
Yes.
It was like a housewarming gift, and so now I actually have a pan to cook things. So I bought some. I went and I got some vegetables, like frozen vegetables,
nice.
And some spices and some soy sauce and stuff.
Did you stir fry?
And I stir fried some vegetables.
Yeah.
And it was a success.
All right. So the wok works.
Wok works.
You got a working wok.
Working wok.
All right.
And then I walk it to the wok shop and put it in the wok. I don't know. I wanted to learn some more about them, so I watched a wockumentary. I went to many wok sites.
Yeah, Waka Waka.
Yeah.
All right. What else did people buy?
We got Ghostbusters 4K mastered on Blu-ray.
Sweet.
Gone Girl on Blu-ray.
That's out now, apparently.
Joyride.
That came out on Blu-ray?
What?
Joyride.
Why wouldn't it?
I don't know.
Sex Drive. A lot of car themes.
Driving.
Drives.
Going, riding, driving.
The Faculty. Great movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 40th Anniversary Collector's Edition.
All right.
Somebody went on a Blu-ray binge.
Someone's getting a bunch.
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy.
And then in electronics, we got Pioneer SPFS52LR. Andrew Jones designed floor standing loudspeaker.
Nice.
Ooh, somebody spent some money.
I wonder if these are my brothers. He said he was getting some equipment.
Where would he put these?
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
What's that?
I got someone to be muted.
Where?
There.
Okay.
Fixed.
Well, thank you, whoever bought the loudspeakers. Yeah. We got a Sony 2-channel stereo receiver. And then in the grocery, we got Manitoba Harvest Hemp Hearts raw shelled hemp seeds.
All right.
In health and personal care. Oh, somebody's quitting smoking. We got nicotine transdermal system patch.
Good luck.
Step 3. Those work, man.
Yeah.
But then you get hooked on the patches, so you got to use the system where it starts to wean you off, because otherwise, if you don't actually do the steps, you'll just be trading the patches.
Is that what step 3 means? Is that like one of the
stages? It's like different stages.
That's cool.
So stick with it.
Yeah. Good luck.
It's tough. Let's see. We got Fiskar's Uproot Weed and Root Remover.
That's got to be like is that a tool?
I think it's like a...
Or is it like a poison? Fiskar's is like, it's like a tool.
Oh, it's like one of those garden weasels.
I like it.
Do you have... That's like the garden weasel thing that they always had on TV.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have one that fancy.
Well, what do you have? You don't have anything like this.
Well, I've got... you got to come check out my tool shed sometime.
I have been in your tool shed.
Well, I've got some nice stuff in there now.
Okay.
Now that it's all organized, you can actually see it.
I know you got like a weed whacker.
Steve Espinosa says he has a 30-year-old garden weasel. That's longer than I would have assumed that one of those as seen on TV things actually lasted.
All right, we got Sony. Oh, see, okay, maybe this is the person that bought all the Blu-rays. Yeah. They got a Sony Blu-ray 3D Blu-ray disc player with Wi-Fi.
Nice.
So somebody got a Blu-ray player and a bunch of Blu-rays. Then we got Dominion Intrigue.
Ooh.
And Funko Freddy Krueger Pop Movies figure.
Oh, the figure. Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Nice. That's a lot of stuff, you guys.
Tons of stuff. Thank you.
Thank you for buying.
because we get like 6%.
Yeah,
On
well, it
most of
varies
that
like
stuff.
on some of the things.
Some of the things
more,
we get
I
like
think.
10%. Like if you
Yeah.
buy a gift card, so even when you're buying gift cards and stuff, we get 10% on gift cards. If it's like an Amazon gift card or a PlayStation card or any of those cards, be sure to click that Amazon link before you buy them, and you will be helping out the show. And you still get the same great prices, not costing you anything,
Nothing extra.
helping us out, paying the hosting bills and whatnot. And we really appreciate it. So thank you. All right, so looking at our current events, Arcade Expo, as we talked about,
Good.
awesome.
Even though we battled a little bit about the end.
Just because you didn't want to leave because you were stuck on that game.
Yeah, it's
and
tough.
You said you were going to buy me a McDonald's soda. McDonald's was closed. And then you wouldn't. You're like, well, I said I was going to get you a McDonald's dollar soda, so if we go somewhere else, it has to be $1.
I let you go up to $1.29.
But they didn't have. Oh, Andrew, we did record our promo. I have to send it to you. It's kind of ridiculous.
Awesome. Oh, well, or ridiculous.
And awesome.
Depending
And
on how you look at it.
we'll all send it to you.
We did it last week, so.
Everybody, so across the Benview Network, we're recording promos. So we're going to start playing promos for other shows on our show. Cross promotion, because we're a podcast network, and that's what podcast networks do.
That's right. I didn't know that, but now I know, and knowing is half the battle.
So, yeah.
All right.
So coming up on the calendar, we got the Matt Zappa is going to be drumming in a band. I forgot the name of the band, but they're going to be playing
out to the show.
Yeah, but if anybody else in the area wants to come, you can get tickets online. They're at there's an event page on Facebook, and hit me up on Facebook. I'll send it to you because Chris Cavins just hit me up and he said he wants to come.
Oh,
so,
cool.
But it's at the Whiskey. It's on Sunday the 25th. It's at 7 p.m. I think tickets are $10. There's a bunch of metal bands.
Should be a good show. We're excited to go and check it out.
I'm excited.
And
Will
then what?
Danger Inc. be there? I don't know. I don't think so.
I think that was the band from yesterday.
Oh.
That's what he was referring to.
Maybe.
All right.
But it's a bunch of metal bands.
Yeah.
But I was watching, so Matt Zappa put up a page just for him, and I was watching some of his drumming videos.
Yeah?
He's really good. He has his own signature drumsticks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we were
going
to be...
I guess you can do that. That's a thing you can do.
Huh.
And he's got his own signature drumsticks.
That's awesome.
He's a really good drummer.
I'm even more excited.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be really cool. I'm very honored to be like...
So if anybody's going to come to the show, be sure to hit us up. Let us know.
Yeah.
And then 2 days after that, on the 27th, we are going to be going to a stop on the James Riley book tour. James Riley, author of Half Upon a Time series, his new books, The Story Thieves, released. They're coming out on the 20th, which is Tuesday, the first one.
So he'll probably have them there.
And he's going to have them there, and you can get it signed. But the one we're going to is on the 27th at Barnes & Noble in Montclair, and it's off the 10, right?
Yeah, more or less.
And if you want more details, go to Barnes & Noble and look up. But if you go to James Riley Author, just search that. It's like a Tumblr page. He's got all the dates. He's doing a couple in the Bay Area, and he's doing a couple more in the Inland Empire area, and then he's doing some in Illinois.
And that's pretty much it.
And that's it.
That's cool.
But he's coming to Montclair, and we're going to get to talk to him, and we'll probably get him to record an intro.
Yeah.
So you can have another new intro.
And we're going to get the new book.
I'm going to get the new book, definitely.
The other one is so amazing, so.
Excited. So that's going to be coming up. That's a week from Tuesday.
Yep.
And then on February 28th through March 1st, that's 2 days, Saturday, Sunday. We'll probably be there on Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's Long Beach Comic Expo at the Long Beach Convention Center. Go to longbeachcomiccon.com. Get your tickets, and they got a lot of cool guests. Just announced Dan Sakai is going to be there, and it's always a fun. And they're actually doing the whole big convention room this year. It's the
Yeah,
biggest.
it's like the same size.
Because Expo normally is in a smaller room. This year it's in the same size regular room. Gonna be a lot of cool stuff. We'll be there, get stickers, and it'll be fun. And then Easter weekend, so like the first weekend of April, is WonderCon at the Anaheim Convention Center. I'm pretty sure you can buy your tickets to that now. And WonderCon's always awesome. We're hoping this might be the year we get a panel. Fingers crossed. So we'll see.
That'd be really
But
cool.
regardless, we will be there. We're going to be recording our annual Benview Megacast at WonderCon.
Semi-annual or is it biannual?
Annual.
Well, we do it every year. If you do it twice a year,
well, it's it's the MegaCon.
The MegaCon.
Megacast.
Megacast. WonderCon.
And WonderCon. MegaCon is different.
But if you do something twice a year, is
biannual.
Semi? That's bi.
So I guess it's biannual Megacast.
So it's semi-annual every other year?
Yeah.
All right.
I think so.
Never understood that.
I don't know.
All right. Jerry, or Craig from the Res, you guys are on it. What's the difference between semi-annual and biannual?
I'm telling you right now, the biannual.
I want someone to just double check us. That's all.
What is this? You're giving them a task now.
I'm just throwing it out there.
The funniest thing is that I know for a fact that Jerry's like behind on the. So like 3 weeks from now.
3 weeks to be like, you guys can just Google this yourselves. You know, that's good. It's true, but it's nice having someone to do it for.
That's our events. If you want to look super far ahead, we've also got Comic-Con. Yeah. We're gonna be there.
Then you got Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up after that. So New Year's.
All right. So we already talked about our week of walking.
Yes.
How are things going with your Disney World prep? And how have your kids not figured it out yet? Because every time I'm around you guys, Janelle's just like, the kids are in the room. She's like, so when we get the fast passes, this thing, I'm like, your kids, you realize your kids are very smart.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably do, and they're probably smart enough to just not say anything because they know we want to surprise them. But she has not been good at keeping. Usually she's good at keeping secrets, but she has not been good with this one. Because our whole thing is we want to tell them, like when we get to the airport, hey, we're going on an airplane. We're definitely flying to Florida right now. We're going to Walt Disney World. So anyway, but it's been going good. We got all our reservations. We got fast passes lined up.
You can book your fast passes online for Florida.
It's all in like a bracelet. Your room key is on there. You can even put I think you can do credit cards. You can just swipe it. It's like that. We're gonna just get it installed under your wrist next or on your forehead. It's very convenient that way.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you got your hotel. You got your meals all planned out.
Yep.
Well, because when Janelle plans out a trip, but it's so I can't even tell you how awesome it is. Andrew Lindy said those wristbands also unlock stuff in Disney Infinity.
Because if so, the second we get those in the mail, we're going to go nuts with that.
Yeah, but you can't show them the wristbands.
It's a bonus. They won't know. Oh, yeah, I guess we have to.
Come on.
All right. Well, that's on.
And you can share.
All right. Ooh. Well, we'll be doing that.
So that's cool. That's right. Andrew's big into Disney Infinity, too.
We might have to talk about that a little bit, because there's something, I know we're not using it to its full potential. I feel like we're missing some stuff.
Like what?
I don't know, some of the toolbox is kind of, I don't get it quite.
The toy box?
The toy box.
Well, you can make your own levels.
I know, but it's hard. I don't understand how to do it.
All right, well.
So maybe you can give me a tutorial.
Tell me how to use this thing.
How do I use my game?
Your kids probably know how to use better than you do.
I can't figure it out. I can do the levels.
They said it was easier in version 1.
Okay. Well, maybe that's what it is. I should mess.
Well, you have version 1.
I know, but we wind up playing the new one more because the newer figures can only go in the second version. Mm-hmm. So if they want to use any of the ones from that, then we do that. So anyway.
This is all just such a big ploy for them to just. These things are so evil.
Because you want to do 2 players.
And then you got to get the power disc. Then you got to get these discs. And you get this. This guy only works in this one unless you get this thing.
And then you want to play it, so you got to go get it.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They knew exactly.
I like it.
It's fun.
But
oh man.
It's crazy. So you're going to Disney World.
Going to Disney World. It's all set up. When Janelle plans it, it's funny.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. It's just. It seems crazy now when she goes and she's asking you a million things. You're like, oh, I don't care. But when we were actually, because I went on a Janelle planned trip. It's so much more relaxing when it's like when everything's all planned out for you and everything's ready. It's like, okay, today we're eating here and here at this time, and it's all right, and you just go there. And you don't have to worry. You're not scrambling. You're not, and like everything's just all planned out.
Because it's all just you have it.
Like we're going to this park, and then this time is Disneyland. Like she has like, okay, at this time we're going to this park, and then this and this and this. And so I'm like, all right.
She's got it all in an app on her phones. Because before, I don't know if you remember, she had like notebooks, and she had it all like plotted out. And I'm telling you, again, she did the work ahead of time, so it's not stressful when you're there.
But when you're there, and it's like, it makes it like the perfect vacation. That was I don't know how because I don't know if anything's ever going to top our 2006 trip, because that was 14 days of action packed. It was 7 days in Disney World, 7-day cruise. It was nuts.
Yeah, we'll never. I mean. And because you were working there, we also got the discounts on everything, so it was just...
And it was also, we could take 14 days off of whatever we were doing.
I know, I don't know.
How would we ever do that again? Because you can't just take... It would have to be in the summer, and you don't want to go to Florida in the summer. But you can't take... Janelle couldn't take 14 days off.
Well, right. I mean, it just...
It's like, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been tough for her to get the 5 days off to go for this one.
So but it was amazing.
So yeah,
because it was like we just had this awesome Disney World vacation. Now we're going on a 7-day cruise. Oh, it was great.
It was definitely better to do it that order, because when we went with my family, we did it the other way around.
And then you're hungry all the time after the cruise.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, we gotta eat more. But where we did it, we had already, we'd been eating, and then we went on the cruise.
Because on the cruise, all you do is eat.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Awesome and dangerous.
And that's where they have, because Steven, our friend, went on, a 14-day Disney cruise. I'm like, I would die.
Yeah.
I would die. If I was on a 4-day, you would have to, I'd have to, work. I'd have to come out with some workout regimen, and I'd also have to restrain myself. But when you're on a 7-day... then you just
go for it.
But if you're on a 14-day, you're going to have to pace yourself, because otherwise you would die.
Well, it's funny because we've been watching the home videos from our old trips, that we went to Florida while Janelle was working there and stuff.
Yeah,
and they're really funny. It's been really funny to watch, but also each year, you can see us oh, we're a little bit fatter that year. Oh, we gained a little bit more weight that year, and because the first time we went, it was right before we got married when Janelle was working there.
A couple of kids.
Yeah,
man.
It was crazy. And now we're much older, but still want to go to Walt Disney World, and that's cool.
Yeah.
So
I just can't believe that 2006 trip. That was 9 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
Because that was March of 2006.
That was the last time. I got to go. And there's a lot of new stuff now.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be fun.
I'm jealous.
Have you decided yet what to do?
I don't know yet. I'll figure it out.
Do a guest one?
Maybe. Maybe I'll just take a break.
Let's do a classic.
Do some classic episodes.
We'll have something there, though.
Will there be something?
Something.
I might have one of the guests if we can find some guests. Probably might try and get... I was thinking about trying to get Benson, but then if I have Benson on, we'll just talk about wrestling.
It's gonna be the wrestling.
So, but it'll be a wrestling episode.
You should just do a classic you just talking to yourself in a room.
You could have Josh.
You could have Josh.
Yeah.
You could. Here's one. You could just do you with the chat, and you just talk to people in chat. That'd be good.
No, not gonna do that.
Just why don't you talk to chat?
I should do one with Josh and just be on some ripping on the anti-Phil.
You could do that. It's been done before, but you could do it again.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, there's that. It's coming.
And then another what's new in Adventures of Unemployed Brendo, more paperwork, more hoops to jump through.
They've been throwing everything at you.
They're okay, because basically, so I'm trying to. I've been over this a lot, but it's so boring. So it's like having a job that's not a real job, and
they're giving you busy work.
They just are okay, so basically, because I'm trying to do this thing where they pay. So I want to do get some certificates, but these are normally really expensive, thousands of dollars.
Right.
And I don't have thousands of dollars, but I really want this so I can get a different job because I don't want to just get another tech support job because tech support makes me want to punch things and flip out. So I don't want to do that anymore. And so I'm trying to get a better job. And in order to do that, I need to get a certificate. And in order to get the money, so there's government programs to pay for that. But in order to get approved for a government program, you have to jump through a million hoops and fill out all these forms. And even then, it still feels like it's gonna be somebody. It's like on a whim. They're like, oh, all right, or oh no, I don't. This guy seems like it just seems very arbitrary.
It feels like they're intentionally trying to get you to not want
to
do
give
it.
up, like to just give up.
They don't think you're gonna. Oh, because they told you had to apply for 20 jobs.
Yeah. So because first they gave me one list of things, so I did this. So I have one list where it's like, what do I do next? Okay, go to these 2 things, make an appointment with this person, do that. So I did that, and then that person gave me. So then I go meet with this lady, and then she gives me another list of things to do, and this one is like, take this test online, apply for 20 jobs. So now they're telling me in order to get training to apply for school, I have to apply for jobs. I'm like, what happens if I get one of these jobs? Then I won't be doing school. Like, well, yeah, of course, you won't need to go to school because you'll have this job. I'm like, what?
The whole idea is to be able to get a better job.
She's like, well, you need to be applying for jobs that you qualify for. I'm like, I don't want to do those jobs. I want to do a different job, which is why I'm going to school. It's this ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Like Brazil. It feels like just this whole endless loop of paperwork.
So then she's like, okay, apply for 20 jobs and record all of them, and then also go to these workshops, and I have to make an appointment with a job placement specialist. But I don't want job placement. I want training. Yes, we still want you to meet with the job placement. It's just a million ways for them to it's like, you know how like there's all the, it's like a chutes and ladders. Right. There's a million chutes and one ladder, and
you got to get to that ladder.
And I'm still trying to get to that ladder, and it's been like a month of like going to these appointments and filling out forms.
Looking at this paperwork, because I haven't seen these before, it's insane.
And this is just to be considered.
You should complete 10 to 15 job contacts weekly. You're supposed to be getting like school.
But this is to get school. This is them basically. They have this program, but they don't actually have any money for it. And this is an easy way for them to just be like, oh, eventually he'll just give up. Because then once I did all this stuff, then she's like, okay, now we need to have 4 jobs listings that show that if you get this certificate, you would get this job. So now I got to find that. And then she's like, now you got to do this. Oh, this one's not good enough. Do that. Okay, now we can schedule appointments. Now I'm meeting with this woman next week, and then if she decides that everything's in order, then she will like put in the application, which may or may, and it doesn't, and she's being very like, it doesn't sound very like, it doesn't seem, I doubt this will get approved, but I'm like, what else am I going to do?
It sounds like when you're trying to wait for an exclusive at Comic-Con. You get to stand in line for a chance to get a ticket, to maybe apply for the chance to get in line to buy the thing.
So even after I go through all this, and if she does put in my application, it seems like I have a very slim chance of actually getting approved. So then what I'm going to do is just do training on my own that's not expensive, but then I can only do that until my unemployment runs out, which is in 6 months. Unless the federal government approves an unemployment extension, and I am not holding my breath for that since it has not happened in the last like 3 years.
Yeah.
So, 12 Monkeys is a TV show on Sci-Fi now. I've heard good things. Huh. No Gilliam involvement.
Well,
but I don't know.
But this is still a possibility. It's not a completely out of there.
Yeah, I'm just not very optimistic.
Yeah.
They crushed my optimism.
That's part of their job, right?
I guess.
What they do? Make you feel bad?
It's basically, it's almost like they're basically almost forcing me. They're like, no, how dare you think that you're better than what you're supposed to be?
Right, you're
like,
in your place in life.
You got your place. You're going to work in tech support, and you should be grateful for that. And get another tech support job. How dare you want to? And we don't care if you're miserable and then that job was literally making you insane. Go do that job. You can't get a better job. You just need to get that job. You need to have a job. They're like forcing them to say, you need to have your job so you can be a good consumer and be a good freaking monkey. Like, oh, so like, I don't get it, man. I don't
Well,
get it.
so you did though. You found the jobs that would.
Don't let me take another tech support job because it will kill me.
No. But when she said you had to show listings that you could only.
I
get
applied
with
for
those
20
things.
jobs. So look at this crap. And it took me like, you know how like job applications online, even though they have these systems where like you can use the same stuff, you still have to fill the same crap out over and over again, and it takes forever. And then if you do like a government one or like something, then they ask you like, so like this took me, started on the 14th to the 16th. I filled out 20 jobs. See, you can see I filled out like, and these are like just all the ones I filled online, but it's like, so like I looked at like help desk, like it's like a step up from phone support. It's still support. It still probably sucks. So it's like service desk, systems tech, IT support tech, end user services tech, IT help desk, technology specialist. And then I started applying for jobs I knew I wouldn't get. Like I applied for network administrator jobs that I need the certificate for because I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna start applying for these. And then like network technician.
So you got your 20.
So I've applied for all of these, haven't heard a freaking thing from any of these people. So
Wow.
and that was just monotonous work. Because like before I started doing this, like I had all day to like work on things for the show, write, like do stuff I actually want to do. This stuff I was spending like 5 hours a day on this crap.
Doing busy work. Yeah, it's like getting worksheets in the elementary school.
I hate it.
Well.
So and then like I feel like they're trying to get me to just be like, fine, I'll take a stupid tech support job and I won't do any of this and I'll just go back to my miserable little life.
But if it does work out and you get in the program, then it should be cool, right?
Well, then I get to do that and I can stay on unemployment and get extension. That's the only way you can get an extension now is if you're in an approved training program. But there still is an arbitrary thing where they're like, nah, you can't do that, or yes, sure.
Right.
But I feel like they're more like it's still some dude somewhere that like has no understanding of like my situation is just like, meh, yeah, sure, or nope. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I can't work tech support anymore.
Well, what have you been reading that has helped you to stay sane through all of this?
Well, I've been reading a lot of stuff. I finished the Dinosaur Comics book.
Cool.
It's awesome. And I finished the Great Brain Reforms.
This is the one that is after he came back from the academy.
Came back from the academy, and that was crazy. Like, seriously almost killed some kids.
Yep.
Because the raft adventure, and because of that, it came to a head where they basically put Tom on trial, where they're like, you swindled all of us, you hoodwinked us,
you almost killed them.
You almost killed people, and so they were going to sentence him to where everybody and all the kids in town were going to give him the silent treatment for a year, and then they're like, but we'll withhold the sentence, we'll suspend the sentence if you promise to reform. So then that book ends. He promises to reform, and the whole town, like celebrates.
Yeah, even the adults and everyone. And then
so
the next book
book is called The Return of the Great Brain, and it's basically him, kind of not.
He's flying under the radar.
He's just like right on the edge there.
Figure out how to
he's walking
swindle.
that line, and so I'm almost done with it. I'm like seriously like 10 pages. I actually tried to finish it before you got here, but then I got caught up in other stuff. And I'm really close to finishing. So like he caught he basically like he caught a train robber.
He like solved a murder.
Solved a freaking murder. So in the Great Brain Reforms, he catches a con man. In The Return of the Great Brain, he catches a murderer. Like, what's next? Like he's gonna solve an international like conspiracy. He's gonna catch the Illuminati. Like. He's going to take down the New World Order. Yeah, so this kid's doing. I did think it was cool the way I just like the idea that like. So now he's not going away to the academy because they built an academy in the town.
Keeps him in town.
So now he's in town. Because at first he's like, oh, it doesn't matter if I reform or not because I'm going to be away for 8 months.
Right.
And by the time I get back. But now he's still in town. So now he has to stay on. And everyone, like his dad keeps going like, don't let me catch you backsliding.
Right.
no backsliding, and like he comes up with these like cons that aren't really cons. Like he does a magic act
show.
He does the Wheel of Fortune, which is a total con.
Right.
Because what he does is he pays his prizes in cash instead of the actual prize, and it's exactly like a casino.
Right.
Because what happens when you get handed cash and you're on a run? You're just gonna put that right back, and that's exactly what the kids do. And then he keeps swindling his brother because his brother will be like, "You're backsliding. Oh, how dare you tell mom and dad I was gonna backslide?" And then he'll be like, "Well, I won't tell if you do my chores." And he's like,
"I was like, oh, he's got me. I got no choice."
And I was like, "Oh man, poor kid."
It's been a fun series, right?
It's really fun. I like it a lot.
We're nearing the end of it.
I just feel like at some point the Great Brain would have gotten punched in the face. But that's one of the things is he became this tough fighter.
Yeah,
people do try.
He's short. He's little.
But people do try to fight him. But he like learned how to fight, so he can like lick anybody. Because people, I feel like.
And I love like back to the.
I just feel like at some point he would get cornered in an alley by a bunch of kids with bats.
Well, remember though, like first or second one. When he's training the Greek kid to like be an American, he teaches him he's got to learn to like take a punch, and so he's fought like he's gotten beat up enough.
I just feel like at some point the kids are like, this has gone on too long, and they just surround him with like. I just feel like at some point, I don't know.
Well, if you want to read these books or others in our book club, you should go to the book club link at the top of our page.
Yeah.
Click that and join our Goodreads club.
Oh, I didn't. I thought I. Huh.
Got something else you're reading?
It didn't update everything. That's weird. Because I'm also reading The Color of Magic.
What?
It is the first book in the Discworld
you got the
trilogy.
First one, right.
Because Craig from the Res pointed out that one of the books because I had picked out a book, not knowing that it was like part 25.
Right.
So I'm starting with number 1. And then I'm also reading, because I got it in a Humble book bundle, this is on my ebook, but now I'm going to have to get a different ebook because the Kindle app on my iPhone, which is where I normally read books, doesn't sync documents, and when you get things from like Humble Store, it imports it into Kindle as a document. But this Kindle app that I have, the version of it doesn't support documents, so I have to find another thing to read. And I think I'm gonna read Sherlock Holmes, like the first one.
Well, that's cool.
I don't know yet, but Wizard's First Rule is really cool, and the reason I guess it's a really popular book because when I put it on Goodreads, had a bunch of reviews from people like friends of mine, and they give it like 5 stars. So it's like a fantasy series. And it's pretty cool. I knew about it because Sam Raimi did a show based on it called Legend of the Seeker.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about that.
And when the main girl in it was played by the girl who lived down the street from me when I was growing up, Bridget Regan, who was in my brother's grade, and they were friends. And speaking of Bridget Regan, she actually just made her first appearance. And I found out she's going to be a regular on Agent Carter.
Oh, cool.
So it's cool to see. So now I know 2 people that are on Marvel shows,
Because you got the
which
guy
is crazy.
on,
Yes.
What's his name?
He's on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agent Ward. On Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was he went to school with my brother.
That's right.
And I don't have regular contact with him. My brother talks to him every once in a while, but I hung out with him a couple times when I went to visit my brother in Berkeley. He's a cool dude.
Cool.
Because they were in the theater program at Berkeley. And so, yeah.
So what is the wizard's first rule? Always wear pointy hats, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That and the wizard is never late. He's
always on time. What is it?
He's precisely when he intends
to be, yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. All right, so what about you?
All right, well... Great Brain books. I'm also reading.
You're reading
the next one,
which is the
Great Brain Does It Again. That's the one I'm on.
So you finished Great Brain Reformed. You finished Return of the Great Brain. Now you're reading Great Brain Does It Again.
So that's the.
So does he do it again?
He's doing it again.
He's doing it again.
At it. This is the 7th book.
How many other 8?
There's 8.
Okay.
This is the last one that he like he wrote that was published while he was alive.
Oh.
The 8th one is published was like from notes
posthumously.
and stuff. And I've never read the last one, so it'll be interesting to see how that one is.
Because posthumous books are...
It's hit and miss.
Hit and miss.
Sometimes it can be cool, sometimes not so much. So we'll see. But this one is definitely like from the original, run. I think this one was in the mid 70s by this point.
So how old was this dude? Because like these books take place at like the turn of the century.
Yeah, I was trying to find more info.
I don't know if that did he make it so it took place, or did he write these when he was like super old?
I know that obviously they're based.
Because there was a brother though, and it's based on something did it actually take place during that time period, or did he make the stories?
I feel like he might have bumped it back a little bit for some of the.
Because otherwise, I'm like, otherwise he would be writing these if he was a kid in the turn the 1915.
Well, no, it was right before. It was 1898, I think.
Then he would be 70
in his 70s
when he's writing.
Possible.
I don't know. We'd have to do some research.
Look some more into that.
All right. And then you're also reading Enchanted Castle.
Reading Enchanted Castle.
It's good.
It's good. It's very good. So I haven't gotten super far into
Nesbit.
E. Nesbit. Yeah.
E. Nesbit.
It's still good though. So more on that later.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's Book Corner.
Cool. All right.
And
no new movies.
No new movies.
Been too busy.
It's been a busy week.
I really want to see Paddington though.
Yeah,
it's getting awesome reviews.
Crazy reviews.
Everybody I know that's seen it loves it.
I don't know how.
I thought it looked cool from the trailer.
But I just assumed bump to January, that's gonna be terrible.
It's great. Everybody says great.
All right,
I want to see it.
I mean, it's one we can take the kids to.
Go watch it.
Definitely that's on the radar there.
We should go.
I don't know. Sometime.
I was gonna say tomorrow's a holiday.
Yeah. Also, it's probably gonna be nutsos though.
Yeah.
You want to go and a bunch of kids are talking in the theater? That's a good day.
Anytime you go to that, it's gonna be kids talking in the theater.
If you wait a bit.
Oh, we'll see. All right.
What have you been watching on demand?
Well, the usual. So now I got my regular
just the regular stuff.
So I got WWE Network, Lucha Underground. The new episode of that was great. It's a great show. I highly encourage anybody, if you've been jaded regarding WWE but you're still interested in wrestling, it's a great show. Very storyline driven. Everything it's progressing to the next storyline, and it's just really well done. Brian Cage, who is a favorite wrestler of ours, an indie wrestler we've seen wrestle many times in many venues, and he has appeared on Matt and Brendo's wrestling show. He just made his debut and just destroyed everybody, and it was awesome because he is just he's a professional bodybuilder as well as a wrestler. He won Mr. San Bernardino, he lives in the San Bernardino area, and he competes in bodybuilding competitions, and he's crazy ripped, to the point where I think Kevin Steen described him he's just one day something's gonna pop out, just because he's just so he's a beast.
So he won his match?
Yeah, he just destroyed everybody.
So it was a cage match?
And in Lucha Underground, he just goes by Cage.
Okay.
That's cool. So I guess it was a cage match. See you later, Josh.
Hi, Josh in the chat.
And so he actually wrestled in a 4-way elimination match and just destroyed everybody because it was pretty awesome. And then he attacked for the champion at the end. So I'm like, oh wow, they're putting him just right.
It's already going for
right there, yeah. Which it only makes sense because he is if you look at him, just looking at him, this is the biggest guy in this whole thing. He should be right there. He's a freaking monster, and that's further my respect for Matt Benson, because when we were doing MWE interviews with people and we were doing it in character, and Benson was the bad guy, and he got right in Brian Cage's face. It was pretty awesome. But Brian Cage he was good. He played along. Rolled with it because I'm Brian Cage could pick up Benson and snap him in half, and it was pretty cool though because he was the champion, and we were and one of the guys that Benson was supporting the heel guy, and Brian Cage was a good guy champion. So it was why are you giving my guy a hard time? Just right. It was pretty awesome. It was fun. I miss that. It was
That's
fun.
Cool.
Anyways, so then also Parenthood. There's like one more episode, and I'm sad. I don't want it to be over. It's so good. Oh,
You say
so
you never
good.
wanted it to end?
I never want to end. What?
I never wanted it to end. I dreamed I was watching the show.
Oh my gosh. Now you're quoting. Now you're quoting BrendoMan All-Star Song. All right. I've been catching up on SNL.
Oh yeah.
I'm almost done with the Martin Freeman episode, and then I'll be on to the. Then there's the Amy Adams episode, and then Kevin Hart episode just happened, and I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched any of that
yet. I watched the sketch that I just watched was the one where it was Leslie Jones and Martin Freeman, and they were getting married, and it was their wedding, and she's like a WNBA, it's like a WNBA player, and he's just like this dude, and like everybody at the wedding gets up to like protest because it's like, I'm your wife, like why are you doing this? He's like, Daddy wants some sugar, and it's like, I'm your roommate, and like
this is a terrible idea.
You've known each other for 5 days.
Yeah,
it was really funny. It's a funny show. She's the best. Favorites. She's definitely my new favorite. She's like the best thing that's happened to the show in a long time. She's so funny. Martin Freeman's really funny.
Yeah, he's great.
Great host.
The Office thing was fantastic. Middle Earth
like
Office.
Gollum is like Dwight, and Gandalf. Bobby Moynihan is Gandalf. Is like the David Brent type character.
Oh, so good. Yeah.
Really
that one is definitely the highlight.
And he even like does the whole like dance and everything. Like they're doing like, I guess if you hadn't seen the British Office, you wouldn't get like just how close.
Janelle and I were dying, and we showed it to someone who I can't remember who we watched it with that hadn't seen the British Office.
Yeah,
because
it's so.
Why is it so? Yeah.
It's very different than the U.S. Office, but like because he's not doing Michael Scott, he's doing David Brent. David Brent is very different.
Yeah.
And like, even like, it's just. Tim is very different from Jim.
Right.
Like they're just very. It reminded me the differences and made me want to watch the British Office again.
Oh.
And
is there going to be a special again?
Ricky Gervais has said like he wants to do it.
Needs to happen. I would love an extra special too.
Yeah, especially since extras ends on like the most depressing.
Yeah.
Like. I can't. That's the point where I can't watch that special again. Like I just was crying.
It's so good though.
It's so when he walks into that like the room and I'm like oh my gosh, like this is so depressing.
But it's so good.
It's so good, but it's like I was crying. I was crying. Like extras made me cry a lot. I loved it though. But they did do. I told you this. They did do a. What's the show? The new show that he's in?
Derek.
Derek. They did a Derek Christmas special, which I don't know when that's gonna pop up on.
Right.
I think I might have to get that through other means because I really want to watch it. But you haven't even caught up.
I haven't even finished.
Second season is so good. That show's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Parenthood, SNL, and then I just watched the newest episode, Agent Carter. The show is amazing. It's so good.
I need to get on that.
Oh, it's good.
I need to get on that.
It's real good. It's great. And then I'm on. There's a rerun of Bob's Burgers tonight, so there isn't. But I'm caught up on Bob's Burgers. Did you watch the go-kart episode?
I haven't watched the newest one yet.
Oh, dude, yeah, the go-kart one was just
great. Last night. I think we were talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't remember when we were talking about it. I feel like we talk about Bob's Burgers like all the time.
Well, we do. It's a great show. So, it's one of the best ones on right now.
I love it. And then Parks and Recreation just started. Oh, okay. So you know what they did, right?
I don't know.
It starts in 2017.
Oh yeah. That's how they did the last thing.
Like they have Leslie is like working for the National Parks Department. April works for the National Park Department, and then what's Chris Pratt's character? Andy works part-time for, and it's Johnny Karate. We were wondering, we were like, what's
Johnny
his
Karate.
So he has a Johnny Karate TV show, and Jerry is like his sidekick, except now when Jerry moved to the parks and to the National Parks Department, so first he was Jerry and then he was Barry, right? Or he was Gary.
Gary was an original name.
So then he was Jerry,
Jerry,
and then he was Barry. But then when he got to the National Parks Department, there was already somebody named Barry. So now he's Terry. And then Ron, and at some point in the years that we don't know about, Ron and Leslie had a falling out, so they hate each other.
Oh.
So there's a whole big thing with that.
Interesting.
And so they already, the first 2 episodes are like, because they aired like a 2-hour.
Right.
It's so good.
I need to get on that.
Tammy 2 makes an appearance. The dude from Workaholics, because he was in the last couple episodes, because he runs like the Facebook type thing, right. and it's really funny.
All right.
Jam is back.
Jammed.
Because in the second episode you find out that Jam and Tammy 2 are dating. And like it's part of Tammy 2's like master plan.
Oh god.
She basically she turns Jam into Ron. He's like, hey, I'm miserable. She got me drinking whiskey and eating steaks. I have to wear a diaper. It's so funny. It's really funny.
Okay.
Oh, and also what's his face? Shoot, crap. The documentary guy that we met.
Oh, Morgan Spurlock?
No.
Oh. I don't know. Which
the German guy.
Oh, Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog is
in it?
It's the
really?
best thing. It's amazing. It just reminded me, like, I feel like he's not even acting, because like when they talk to him, it's like because Andy and April like they find this rundown house and they want to buy it, and like Werner Herzog's the owner of the house, so they start talking to him, and it felt exactly like when we were talking to Werner, because I he's so fun. He's just
so him,
and he has like no filter, because we're like, so what are you doing at Comic-Con? Are you doing anything? He's like, no, I'm just here because my wife is here and I have to be here.
Right.
And then like it was just like, so it's pretty funny. Anyways, it just reminded me of the time we met him, and he was awesome and nice dude. Just like was like, yeah, I'm here and like whatever. But it's pretty funny. So that's what I've been watching.
Sweet. Well, we've been watching the Mini Project together, which is still fun.
You meaning together?
Janelle and I. That's our like show we're watching right now. Mm. And but most of what we've watched, as I mentioned earlier, is home videos.
Yeah.
In fact, you came over one night.
We watched 4 hours.
We watched like 4 hours of home video from.
Well, because it's funny. Janelle's like, I'll stay up, but only if we watch home videos.
So we put that on, and then like she went to bed. Matthew left.
No, Matthew. She outlasted Matthew.
First, and then she went to bed, and then it was just you and me, and we watched it till the bitter end. And there's large chunks because we just copied it off the VHS.
Where it's just Phil surveying everybody, like, what's your favorite this?
What's your favorite beverage we've had in the last 5 days?
What's your favorite ride at this? This is ridiculous.
You got a sneeze?
I can't. It won't come out.
We had and there's also like large chunks where like someone forgot to turn the camera off.
Yeah.
And it's just like swinging along your hip or something like that, or like set down on a table while we're eating lunch.
Yeah, there was one where it was your entire lunch conversation because somebody left the
like,
camera on.
This is good. Oh, what are we gonna go on next?
And then there was one where you went on the river ride, because you went on the River Rapids ride.
And so we put the camera in the little
protective thing, and someone's like. And then someone's like, "Oh, it's not on," but it was on.
But it was on the whole time.
And then when they're like, "Oh, it was on the whole time," but then someone still leaves it on, because then that's when you go to the lunch place.
Right. And then we're walking along with that, and we watched all of that.
I don't know why.
It
was entertaining.
We couldn't stop.
It's funny watching you guys because when were those? Like 2003.
That was 2003. Yeah.
It's just weird watching.
Yeah.
People like you, like your family from like 2003.
Well, I mean, when you have the camera on purpose, I'm not that you act, but you know the camera's on, so it's kind of funny to see what you do when it's not on, because we're just talking like, we're doing this right now. So,
and then it's funny. The best part about watching home videos is Phil now will make a joke.
Oh gosh.
And then Phil on the video will say the exact thing that Phil just said.
And that happens like every couple of minutes, like over and over again.
So it shows that you have not changed.
I haven't changed at all. Every time he'll show a sign, and I'll think of the same exact joke that
he'll say the same. He'll say a joke, and then Phil on camera will say it, and I'm like, wow, it's.
I'm consistent and nothing else.
When are you guys gonna get to 2006 trip? Because I gotta come over.
We'll see. We watched.
Did you find the one where Clark and Nikki?
Janelle found that one. It hadn't been transferred to DVD yet, so she did that today or yesterday while we were at the thing. So we're catching up.
When are you watching 06?
We'll make sure you know. We'll make sure you know.
Because I want to see.
There was a little snippet at the end of one of them. I think what happened is there was an old tape in the bag that had like a few minutes of tape left, and I stuck it in during that trip because it's just us on the deck like in the opening party, and I'm like filming you, and you're just doing this dance the whole time. And then like, because it's like, the opening party, and it's just on you dancing, and then like fireworks, and I just shot the fireworks the whole time until the camera and the tape ran out. But there's a funny, and I'm like, who is that? Oh, that's just Brendan, and it was just you for like the longest time. I think I was just burning off tape. So
we did watch. Speaking of home movies, we did watch Brendo, and we got to put that on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Because Janelle's like, you guys have to watch this.
That was like 2000.
It was
right?
2000.
Yeah.
It's from Janelle's graduation, and it's me and you and Matt Moss and. Just being us.
And it's funny because you were laughing at me because my voice has gotten a little deeper.
And then I talk. And
then you talk, and you were the same thing. You're like, hey, I'm Brendan.
We're kids. I was like 19.
You have like green hair or something?
And it's like bleached.
Well,
I was going to dye it. And that was when I was going to dye it like purple, but I didn't. I never actually did it.
You just had the bleach.
So I just had the bleach hair.
Like, hey,
and we're exactly the same, just a lot
kids.
younger.
Yeah.
Seriously, kids. It's just weird. It's weird watching old videos.
We should put some clips of that up.
We should.
It's pretty funny.
I think our listeners would find it amusing.
While I'm at it, I could put up my band from junior high,
Yeah.
All right. So
Netflix. The Bob's Burgers.
Of course.
And I've been slowly but surely making my way through Comedy Bang Bang. So great.
So good.
Not on season 3 yet, but I'm almost done with season 2. And then, like I said, I watched The Addams Family, and I'm probably going to watch Addams Family Values tonight because I'm still... Addams Family is a great movie.
It really is.
And Raul Julia is amazing, and it's just sad that he left us so early and that his last performance was M. Bison. But, man, did he just do his best with that M. Bison. He really tried really. But he's so talented and he was Gomez, and Angelica Houston isn't and little Christina Ricci. There is a reason, because that was one of the first. She did that. She had Mermaids, I think, and then she did that. But she is Wednesday, and she's just so. Both of those kids were so good.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody in that movie is perfect. Dan Hedaya, Lloyd, of course. Dan Hedaya and Christopher Lloyd, and oh my gosh, it's so good. But little Christina Ricci is just that Shakespeare scene. She's this blood spraying out of her throat, and Christopher Lloyd's incredible.
Yeah.
So good, so good. I'm excited for Addams Family Values because Joan Cusack. She was really good.
Right.
But yeah, and then Little Crumholes is in Addams Family Values also.
Oh really?
He's
the one at the camp.
Wednesdays. He's Wednesday's
I haven't
boy.
watched that in a long time.
That's Little Crumholes, man.
Wow. Well,
once my mom used bleach, I dyed it.
I finished season 3 of Comedy Bang Bang.
Wow.
It's awesome.
So now you're caught up.
Yeah, then I actually kind of started going back and watching
because season 4 is airing right now.
Yeah. So It's amazing. I love it. I want to watch it over and over again. I'm saddened by the news that you told me.
Reggie's leaving.
That Reggie is
gone.
leaving.
Season 4 is his last season.
Although when you first told me, I thought you meant Reggie from Nintendo, and I was like, well, that's weird.
Because I just said Reggie.
You just said, oh, did you hear the news? Reggie's leaving. I was like,
well, they're both just Reggie.
They're important Reggies.
Yeah.
Reggie Jackson? Really? I thought he retired already. Oh.
So it's not Reggie Phil's anime or whatever his name is. Anime.
Phil's anime, yeah. Phil's anime.
Huh.
That's how it is. I didn't know that. No, it's Reggie
Watts. And he's going to be on the Late Late Show. The guy that's taking over for Craig Ferguson, he has good taste because he picked Reggie Watts.
Yeah. Well, so we have at least a full 4 season.
And then Reggie's going to be on that show.
And they'll be on that. That's good.
So,
gosh, I want more of him on Comedy Bang Bang.
But this is gonna be—that's a huge deal for Reggie Watts.
It is.
Like he's gonna be on network national television.
And he's so amazing. Oh, so
He's-
wait, how far have you gotten?
I think I watched one more after the Pee Wee episode.
So you haven't seen the Zach Galifianakis is like the Santa
Mhm.
Claus one? I mean, yeah. Oh, it's so good. Okay, well anyway, Comedy Bang Bang. If you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix.
Reggie Watts is too smart for most comedy audiences, but I think he can make it work.
Late night is pretty. I mean, like late night, you can get away with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
Because who else is staying up that late?
old people.
I guess, but usually like they're not up that late.
But Craig Ferguson was always pretty niche. Like,
yeah.
So I think that's
There's room for that stuff. So that's Netflix. That's it. That's what we've been watching.
cool.
What else?
Video games.
VGs.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Doing pretty good here.
Yeah. All right. What you been
Well,
playing?
I've been playing more Tomodachi Life. I'm happy to say that that Derek Armijo and Christina Aguilera had their third child.
Oh, congratulations!
And it is and it raised to a like a fully grown girl.
Nice.
And that I decided to keep her on the island because I have too many travelers and need more people on the island.
But you let them keep theirs?
Yeah.
That's kind of you.
Didn't send it away because if you send them away, they're gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of cruel.
Yeah, like your kid's
You
gone.
Take your kid away.
Take him away.
You can only have so many sustained on that island.
Yep. So that happened, and then I got some because we were tagging
Yeah.
a little bit there. So I got some new
Expo too.
clothing items. No travelers from the
Oh,
expo,
okay.
but yeah. And then I've been playing Zelda: Link Between Worlds.
Yeah. How far you got?
I started on the second dungeon. Haven't
Okay.
beat it yet. Maybe no. I think I did beat it. I don't know.
All right.
Making my way through it.
It's good, right?
It's awesome.
Super good.
And then I've been playing Disney Magical World. No new stickers, but just been playing that.
Getting
Still
some
at
more stuff.
91 stickers. I've been doing I Just Dance.
Nice.
Not so much these days because I've been doing
We're
a
doing lot
regular
of walking,
workout.
Yeah.
Because usually I would do that if I wasn't going to walk that day, but
Right.
I've been walking every day. But I still do a little bit. And then I started playing Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC with the first-person mode and all that. It's like a whole different experience.
Really?
It's amazing. Plus, they have 100 new songs in the track, so like there's some awesome new songs. As Derek pointed out on Popsicles, they got the Bobby Brown Back on Our Own from Ghostbusters 2.
Not really.
Like, well, I guess we're good. But yeah, so it's pretty awesome. And then, as you saw, I was playing Back to the Future Episode 1
That's a cool game.
on Steam. And then, of course, Clicker Heroes. Just really grinding that out. I might be able to get past the stage 160 soon, hoping.
All right.
Really working hard on that.
Is it
So
fun?
that's what I'm
Is
playing.
it fun?
It's fun.
Okay,
it's fun. Well, it's just a cool thing to do while I'm doing other stuff. Like, Clicker Heroes saved me from just pounding myself in the head when I was doing all this job stuff because I got a tab of
Always had
Clicker
that going on
Heroes
there.
and I can like kind of flip around.
All right.
It's just a nice thing to do in the background while I'm sitting here because, like, I read my news feeds, I read my web comics, I'm
Right.
keeping up on Facebook and whatnot, and then I got my Clicker Heroes going.
Just doing it. All right.
It's basically what I was doing at work a lot of times, but now I'm just doing.
Now you're doing it here.
Yeah.
That's cool. Let's see. Well, we've been playing through Lego The Hobbit. We're like we're like halfway through the second movie now.
Nice.
in the game, in that part. It's really fun. It's a good Hobbit game. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I think we have one more dungeon before the end boss thing. So we're getting close on that, and that's cool. Of course, I've been playing Crosswords and Street Pass, Disney Infinity, and then like hundreds of games at the Expo.
So many games.
I'm not going to list all those on there.
So, have you like done more research on that? What's that game called?
No, I haven't. On the one that I was playing,
Yeah.
It's Pepper 2. I have not looked into it yet.
I'm pretty sure they probably have that in that Internet Archive, all the arcade
I would
games.
hope so. Because I need to play it
Are
again.
you gonna like get that? You're gonna become.
I just need to. Once I beat the 4 stages, I'll be
How
good.
long is that gonna take you?
Well, within one day, I got to the point where I could do 3. That's pretty good. Because you start to learn the patterns. It's like Pac-Man. They all follow
what about
patterns.
Pepper 1?
I don't know. What's Pepper?
What's pepper?
Was there a Pepper 3?
Was there a Pepper 3? Was there a Pepper 4?
I don't know. Why is it called Pepper 2? Because the little guy's like a little angel, and then when you do the thing like where you get a pellet and you can eat the guys, he becomes a little devil. So why is that Pepper? I don't know. There's a lot to find out. I'm gonna have to do some research.
Cool.
So yeah, got a lot of street pass tags at the thing. So
I'm looking forward to con season.
Getting a lot of tags there.
But I did get 999,999,999 Army guys.
How? How did you get that from like yesterday?
I mean 9 million.
Oh, 9
Whatever,
million.
not 9. The maximum you can get.
Because you were at like 7 million.
Now I'm at the max.
Okay. Wow.
And my castle is almost. I'm at level 19.
Have you ever beaten someone that has twice your size?
I haven't done that yet.
So how do you do that if you get to the maximum thing?
I don't know.
Can you not get that ticket now?
Maybe I can't.
I don't know. Because I've done 1.5.
I didn't think about that.
I better make sure to take care of that on the way up. I'll have to Google that. Anyway, that's fun though. I'm gonna get those for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they like watching it and it's fun, and then they can do more
stuff to do.
Yeah. All right.
And then if they have it, then we can tag them.
And we can all tag that much more too. Yeah. So it's like secretly for us as well.
Yes.
So that's video games.
I think that's it.
That's good. That's good for tonight. I think that's good.
You need to go to bed.
I need to sleep. We made it through without like
crazy
falling apart.
Mr.
Without
antagonizing.
I stopped antagonizing you.
You don't know. You got a tantrum. You just don't like being called a miser, even though you are.
I'm not a miser.
You are a miser.
I'm just cheap.
That's a miser.
There's a difference. Miser implies like a devious nature. I'm just.
You
cheap.
have a bit of a devious.
I do not
nature.
have a devious nature.
Whatever.
I can't even.
Are you saying you don't manipulate people into getting what you want?
No, just to hang out.
You do that
more.
all the time.
Just to hanging out more.
Not just
to getting what I want. What? Besides hanging out, what do I manipulate? What do I manipulate people to do?
I don't know, other stuff.
Just want people to hang out. That's
moving
all.
to Ukaipa.
That's not a manipulation. That was a good choice.
Was it?
Yes. You'd be doing this somewhere else. Where else would you do it? Might as well do it somewhere cheap. That's good advice. And near people that you know. And we get to do this in person now.
So you can be.
And you got to go to the Arcade Expo right by your house. All very good reasons.
Yeah, I guess you're right. All right.
Well, cool.
Well, Mario left, so I think that's
it. We tired him out.
Yeah.
But thanks for everyone that's been hanging out in the chat tonight.
Well, that's what we were saying. If that place, like if they, because we talked to the people, and basically it's the city. We've already talked about this, but the city's basically doesn't want them to do it. But if they want to have it open all the time, if they did, I would live there.
Yeah.
I would go there if they had like an annual pass.
Forget
about it.
Totally. And I'm serious. I wanted to wait until after today because I know they're finishing up their con stuff. But I want to get in touch with the guy and talk to him about how we can get involved. Because it would be a cool place to do a live show of ours.
Yeah, don't put a tourist destination in our city that has nothing.
Yeah.
There is nothing there except the Fox Theater. That's it.
That's it.
Is that cheap theater
and
with a cool arcade, and they have a Jack in the Box.
It was alright. It's an alright Jack in the Box. Nothing wrong with it.
We had that spicy sriracha sandwich.
Which was good.
And they had that automated thing, but it wasn't.
Working.
I wanted to try that.
Yeah. Although it doesn't inspire a whole lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Now we're talking about Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box. It's alright though. You know, if you need a good cheap place to go.
Yeah.
Use code Radio BrendoMan at your Jack in the Box.
Don't tell people that.
See if they'll give you something. If they do, we won't get anything out of it. But you know, maybe they'll think you're crazy. Yes, Radio BrendoMan. Can I get that discount?
Well, remember you didn't believe me, because at the Jack in the Box by my house.
Yes, we were like, you're.
They had a thing called a student Coke, where if you spent more than $2 and you had a student ID, you get a free Coke. And I'm like, yeah, you get. Because my go-to meal for $2.22 was a jumbo jack and 2 tacos and a student Coke. You guys like
you're a liar.
You just making that. You just want us to be like idiots.
Yeah.
And
so we go there and we're like, oh, watch him do it. And sure enough, he goes up in front, says, I like a student Coke. And it's kind of like the soup Nazi, like, student Coke, please. And they give it to him, $2. It was amazing.
And then you guys
I don't think that's a thing anymore. Like, that was just there.
I think that was just that one, and I don't think they do it.
I don't think they do that anymore. So anyway, Jack in the Box.
The only way I knew about it was I had friends that worked there.
Okay. Well, they let us do it.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, we were students.
Then you said you even came down there at a time when I wasn't even there, and every time you were down there, you would
that was the place for a long time. We'd stop there because you could eat for $2.22.
Yep. So, that's a solid meal right there.
Yeah. Well,
now we're talking about food.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry now.
I'm not really.
Where'd you eat today?
We ate the new Wingstop. We were
out
there. Yeah.
Was it good?
It's good. I mean, Wingstop. It's good.
Wingstop quality.
And but then I also had honey mustard and onion pretzels like this evening.
Whenever you eat those, they always mess you up.
They totally mess me up. It's bad. It gives me horrible breath.
Why do you eat them then?
You can probably hear my stomach like.
Why do you eat them then? If you know
they're so good. I love them so much. And
these are these are the Hanovers.
No,
the Snyders.
Well, now that you said them both, I can't remember which one it is. It's one of those, but it's honey mustard and onion, the bits.
Yeah.
So it's like super concentrated, like really honey mustard and oniony. It's like, and it just, I mean, I'm surprised you haven't noticed. Maybe you're just being nice. But it gives me like the stink breath. It messes up my stomach so bad, but I have to eat them. And they were on sale today, and I was like, I get some. But I'm only allowed to get them if Janelle's willing to eat them at the same time, so we both have honey mustard and onion bread. Because if just I have them, then I'm like kicked out of the house. Like I'm not allowed to be around at all. So we have to make a pact. Like if I'm getting these, you're gonna eat them with me, right? Because I don't want to have to leave. And she ate some with me, so it was okay.
Just torque.
But they're so good.
All right. Well,
on that note,
go to radiobrendo.com for all the stuff.
Everything.
You can contact us there. If for some reason you don't like using that contact form, you can also contact us by regular email, just BrendoMan@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Twitter at BrendoMan. We're on Facebook. We're on Tumblr. You can send us mail. YouTube. Everywhere you want to go.
If you put BrendoMan into Google, you'll find it.
Yep, that is true.
Because you're the only one.
Only one.
I'm the only one.
Except for the guy that had BrendoMan.com before me and had a really terrible website.
Yeah, he doesn't count because he doesn't have it anymore.
And he's also Radio Brendo, no, just BrendoMan@gmail.com.
You should probably sign up for that.
But there's also, I think that guy is the guy that has BrendoMan AOL.
Oh, right.
Because on AOL chat, I forgot who it was. I think it was Matt or Derek added me. We were adding me on iChat, and then because my iChat, my AOL is it's old. It's like Creasy 98. Because that's like my aim from high school.
Right.
I still have it. And they had just put in BrendoMan, and they started talking, and the guy's like, wait, what? Who? And then, Matt's like, wait, who am I talking to? And it's like, you're an imposter BrendoMan.
So do you think that he, is this the same person that, is trying to, steal your stuff, thinks that you're going to pay him or something?
No, it's not. It's some other dude. Because I think it's the guy that had BrendoMan.com before I got it. Because I've only had BrendoMan.com since 2002. Somebody had it before me. So I looked on Internet Archive. He's out there.
What if he
I think he's Brendon, and that's why he's BrendoMan.
Which makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But you're Brendo.
But I'm the guy, man.
You're the guy, man.
He can't take it now because I'm recognized.
That's right. We in public.
I feel like if I actually if this went to court, I would win.
I think so. Because
I'm a known entity.
I think that you've established it, definitely used it. The other guys are just camping out on stuff.
Yeah, well, RadioBrendoMan.com is a different thing because that's where I had it, and then because it's an established domain name, then I let it expire, and they'll buy anything if they can, because it's already got people going to it, and exactly, I'm known.
You're known.
So, yeah. Um, yeah, it was funny. I was telling Steve and Mark the Jeff Katz at Comic-Con story.
Yeah.
Because, like, I went back and listened to the Magnum Border where I said that, where I'm like, I just want somebody to say, like, hey, BrendoMan. And when Jeff Katz got out of that car and said, hey, Brendo, it was like the best thing ever.
It's surreal. It was cool. Like even like Steve and Mark, we realized once we got there yesterday, like we don't really like have any contact info for them, but they found us.
They
so
found us.
cool.
We found each other. We stick out.
Yeah.
Like, we're big dudes.
You're a tall dude in particular as well, which helps in a crowd.
Yeah.
I always can like find you because I just have to look for the red hair like bobbing along above everyone else.
All right.
Anyway.
Enough about me.
BraxComics.com.
Yeah.
New strips.
We had 2 strips last week. What's going on for tomorrow?
Hopefully, we're getting done early enough. I think I'll have some time to put that together.
Yeah.
Should be good.
I have big bearded guys at an arcade expo though.
That's true.
There's a lot of.
We're not the only ones.
But so as far as Brax goes, I mean, we got the idea folder. So
yeah. I'm just gonna go in there and grab one, and if all goes well, should have another one up tomorrow. Had 2 up last week, so
keeping it real,
keeping it going.
So that's BraxComics.com, PopVoxMusic.com, DoritosFan.com, Webcomics, Advocates.com, that's it.
Etc. Yeah.
Stuff. BenviewNetwork.com for all the other Benview shows, Popsicles.
Beyond the Shield.
Beyond the Shield podcast with Adam Wells.
That's right.
Don't forget that. We've also there's lots of other. Oh, Tim Van Autry started a new. It's like Comic Nerds Unite. They started when Star Wars Nerds Unite.
Oh, nice. It's good getting ahead of that wave.
Yeah.
Coming up here.
Yeah. They also talk about Star Wars comics.
Oh, that's
because
cool.
Marvel is doing Star Wars comics now.
Which
like
is crazy and awesome.
So Dark Horse, like their license expired because of this whole deal. Like Marvel's like, yeah, we're gonna do the comics now.
So is at some point like Iron Man gonna fly far enough into space and meet like
maybe
Han Solo
who
or something?
knows?
It could happen.
Who knows?
Technically,
could happen. It's all the same.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just because it's the same company doesn't mean it's the same universe, though.
I know, but what if they did that?
Like, I don't.
What if there was like a big mashup of Star Wars?
Well, did you see the thing, like the extended cut of Patton Oswalt from Parks and Rec when he was, because there was a thing.
The
so he did so there was an extended cut where he basically was like a world where Marvel, Star Wars, like when when it all
comes
together.
Yeah. Anyway.
Patton Oswalt's funny.
That was awesome.
All right. Is that good?
I think that's good. Yeah. Thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for supporting the show. Disney Infinity. That's right. It's all there.
It's all there. Theirs. Well, they haven't put the Star Wars with Disney Infinity. That's probably 3.0.
That's coming. Oh, for sure.
And they're gonna make you buy more new stuff.
And we're gonna because it's Star Wars. And I need a Han Solo figure.
We need a Luke figure.
A Luke figure
for Luke. I mean, come on.
Oh gosh, they're geniuses because they're gonna make all the money.
All of it.
Although Amiibos are doing just fine. Everyone wants to buy all of them. It's genius and terrible at the same time. So,
all right.
Thanks for buying stuff and supporting us and listening and telling all your friends, even if they don't want to listen to it.
iTunes. We know we're a tough sell, but iTunes reviews, Stitcher reviews,
all that stuff.
Facebook shares, likes, Reddit, any little thing helps. We appreciate it, and yeah,
cool.
We'll catch you next time.
Episode 140.
It's not 140, dude.
153?
150. 150.
153. Yes.
Boom.
Yes, nailed it. Cool.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. You're stuck on the.
Sorry, I was looking at. I was like, there's Steve and Steven. So I was like, wait, who's? So it's Stephen Day and Steve.
We got a lot of Steves and a lot of Marks.
And I just realized I was calling Steve Steven yesterday because I would get confused. So I'm sure that's okay.
Sorry about that.
He gets both.
All right, that's good.
All right. Well, because we also have Steven. We have friends Steven
Yeah, we got a
and
Steven
Steve.
and Steve. Yeah,
We got all sorts of
all of them.
Stevens,
They're everywhere.
Stefan. Have you all watched Broad City?
Nope.
I have not. I've heard about it and I want to watch it. It looks funny. It's on Comedy Central.
Okay. There's only one Quinn though.
There's only one Quinn
so far.
Except, in the View Askew circle, we call Brian Quinn. So that's like,
true.
so, but it's still I know Quinn, our Quinn, better than that Quinn.
All right.
So.
Well, there's only two Quinns then.
Yeah.
All right.
But all right, guys, thank you, and thank you everybody for listening. And catch us next time, RadioBrendo.com. So for Radio BrendoMan, I'm Brendan Creasy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
Have a good one, everybody. There we go, 2 hours.
Right
it's nice
there.
and tight. Nice.
You gonna call it something like antagonistic Phil?
Phil the antagonist. That just reminded me of when she called me, when she said that to me. I will never forget that. It like made me like, I think it helped me like, it made me want to be a better person because I'm like, I'm not that, and that's horrible. And why would you say that to somebody?
She was probably not feeling it either. Like she was probably in a tough spot too.
You don't know.
I don't know.
What if she meant it?
There's no way that's even possible. How could like anyone could even know that?
I'm the most antagonistic person she had ever met. Ever. Think of all the people you meet.
Maybe she only met like 10 people.
That's crazy. And I don't know. It's like the time when a certain person called me a sociopath, and I'm like, I don't think you know what that means.
Wait, well, you don't have to say now.
It was not Matt.
Okay.
It was Roland. Roland called me a sociopath. Well, he also said I should, on my birthday, he said I should die in a car crash.
Oh, gosh. Who says that? That's horrible.
Horrible people.
Are you typing and nothing's showing up? Oh, okay. I thought you were like invisible typing or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now I'm thinking about all the bad things people have said to me.
Oh.
It's not all nice. Not everybody loves Brendo.
Everybody loves Brendo.
I've pissed off my fair share of people.
Oh, everyone has.
Has anybody ever called you the most antagonistic person they've ever met in their life?
No, but I've been calling arrogant blowhard. That's one I take
Who
particular
called
pride
you an
in.
arrogant blowhard?
I don't want to say on the thing.
Is it somebody I know?
Yeah. I'm kind of proud of that one. I think that was creative. If you close out the chat or the YouTube, I'll tell you. What are you doing now?
I'm just waiting for this thing to save here.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. At the time, maybe I was... Because I feel like there was a time where I was more antagonistic. Like, I felt like there was a time where I, like, always had to be right and I was correcting people. And then I realized, like, when you do that, like, do you like it when people do that? No, so why don't do that? So then I made a conscious effort. Like she did. Like after she said that, I like made this whole big effort, but it still really hurt my feelings when she said
Well,
it.
you've definitely mellowed over the years. I think we all have.
But like because it used to be whenever I heard somebody say something that was incorrect, like I felt the need.
Right.
And now I let it slide like all the time.
It's funny like going back and watching old home videos like I mean, it sounds like weird and old manny to say, but I've definitely matured a lot since then. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, some of the stuff I say, I'm like, oh, all right, don't say that. Although Matthew had the best, like, totally. I won't record that for all posterity, but he had one of the his joke that he told. Remember that he was like, "Oh, young Matt, why did you just say that? That's so embarrassing."
Yeah, it's funny. There is part of me watching old videos where I'm like, young Brendo, there's so many things I want to say to you.
Tell you. Yeah, like, come on.
Part of like I want to punch you in the face, and I also want to give you a hug, and I also want to just be like, dude, like,
come on, man.
You need to stop doing this. You need to, yeah.
The one video was actually tired Phil and Brendan too. Like the one at the graduation.
Because it's us like basically just saying, because we're like, yeah, we haven't got any sleep. We went to a show last night, doing this, that. Or just us being kind of dumb. I don't know.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody on YouTube. And we will catch you next time, sometime. We will probably record. Well, we'll wait to hear back from Josh. But
yeah, we'll see when he can do.
But we might be recording.
Well, if he can do like Thursday, I mean that's quick, but
I don't know.
But that might be like a special episode or
we'll
something.
See. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll just wait to hear back from Josh as far as our next episode, because we gotta have Josh on, because we gotta settle. We gotta talk Punky Brewster, and we gotta settle the bets.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's over.
The bet is done. But that could be like if he can't. Let's say he needs to get to bed. We could do a relatively quick one.
Yeah.
Do like a special episode for that.
Special Brendo news.
Yeah.
Are we doing a pre-radio WrestleMania MBWS? I'm gonna say yes, absolutely. Especially since we're both going. We're gonna get MBWS go back up and running soon. It's just Benson's got a pretty crazy schedule these days.
800 podcasts.
Well, he has done a bunch of podcasts. He's working full time, and he works like crazy hours. He works at like a dog daycare place.
Oh, that's right.
But it's like a 24-hour like overnight like lodging place. So he works all the time. Like we haven't even been able to like nail him down for a popsicles in a little bit. So
those dogs need someone to groom them or whatever they do.
So yeah. We're going to try. We're going to get it working here. But we'll definitely do a pre-WrestleMania one. I want to get it started before that. I got a lot of things I want to talk about. It's cool talking wrestling with Steve and Mark.
Yeah, you guys definitely hit it off just fine on the wrestling front right away. It's all right. I have DS or plenty of games or whatever to play.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys later. I think Phil wants to go to bed. So
we gotta end the broadcast.
Oh yeah, stop broadcast. Bye. So see you later, YouTube.